Hi, welcome to Charmed Persons. Welcome to our last session of the year in Tayaroth. Unfortunately, as you can see, we do not have the brave, strong, dreamy Strongjaw here with us, but JMO is here in the spirit. But yeah, this is our last. Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
All of a sudden, I had to sneeze again.
Allergic to 2022.
So yeah, this is our last session in Tayaroth for the year. Excited to jump into it. We'll get to some announcements later, but first, let's just go ahead and get started with a recap of last week's episode. So, last week, our party, A Little Help, found themselves in Falland. They were there in order to make passage to the city. Excuse me. I've been fighting it off this entire time. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm very... Oh, God, what's happening? All of a sudden I'm so sneezy. Hey, Eric, give us a recap of last week's episode.
Yeah, we, I really don't remember what happened last week.
Should I just read my notes?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I don't have my notes.
We went shopping.
We went shopping.
Chad has to be
Emily
in Barrington by the 10th. Emily got a hat. We're at the Bruised Bowl. The centering is the returning of the neutral deities, presumably. Less prophecies, more plans. Temple of the Gods is in Syldeera. Oh, these are all just my notes. So now you know what happened from Rosie's.
Okay, I think I'm back. Why did that
I love
happen?
that Zach was still sneezing throughout all of it.
I mean, I truly just got like attacked all of a sudden. Like, I don't know what happened. A ghost came up and flicked me in the nose. Like,
what was in that package?
Episode started, I know, right? What did JMO send me? We had our Secret Santa before this, and so we're all festive and happy. I got a rubber duck.
And I got duck dice.
I got little tiny dice.
We're all just kind of like...
And if you want to find out any more, follow @CharmedPersons on Instagram.
Woo!
Okay, so last episode, all that happened. A Little Help is making their way to Syldeera because they are trying to find the tomb of Brynnax the Dark Knight, which is apparently where Guvar is buried, which is the blade of the Sept of Malar, which is Scepter of Malar. Which is a magical item that the Animalia, a secret ancient organization that A Little Help has been kind of fighting against this entire time, an item that they want to use to initiate the returning, the unbanishing of evil ancient deities. And our party was heading to Syldeera not only to find that tomb, but the Temple of the Gods, which will also help shed a little bit more light on the centering, which is the third prophecy of the three, and like Rosie said, the unbanishing of the neutral deities. And apparently there was something there that can help Rosie in her role as a seer. So our party made their way about halfway to the city of Syldeera on the rolla boat with Richie. They were attacked by a giant purple worm that was thwarted very easily by Flint Boulderbender with a simple suggestion spell. And it fled, and they were able to escape, and the ship was unharmed, mainly. So they continued their trek to Syldeera. When they arrived, Vox had pulled you aside and had them accompany him to his brother's domicile, Drig Hardscales, who is this excavator archaeologist who found the Temple of the Gods the first time. And so you and Vox went there, and the rest of our party was on their way to an establishment called The Mirage. And as they were on their way, Morton reached into his pocket and found a letter saying that Genorans, being Morton's last name, are not welcomed here and that they are watching. And that is where we left off.
Guess I gotta murder a whole city. Here we go.
Classic Elburn.
Morton, roll an investigation check for me.
I rolled a natural 20 with the first roll to see which dice I'd pick first, and now I got a motherfucking 14.
14, okay. Yeah, you don't... This looks like something that has been... you, like, we'll say that investigation check kind of manifests itself in a way that's like, you think back to the past few minutes, you don't remember bumping into anybody, you don't remember, like, coming close to anybody, so this has been in your jacket for a hot second. So, you don't even really bother, like, looking around you. So you get that much with a 14. But yeah, you can't really tell, like, who sent it to you or where it might have come from.
Yeah, I'm gonna, if I can, pull off into an alley real quick.
Okay.
Just like a dip in and out, and I'm just gonna flick my hood back, and whatever visage I had before, I'm gonna put it back up as something completely different. I'm gonna go for like a dragonborn face.
Okay, yeah.
Since that's definitely more acceptable here than anywhere else.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. It's a low DC, but roll a DC 10 deception check, and I'll explain what you're rolling this for here in a second.
I've never rolled a D10 in my life.
No, DC 10 deception check.
DC 10. Jesus.
Yeah. I was just letting you know what the DC was.
Oh, good. That's a 17. I'm sorry, a 19.
Yeah, so basically what you were rolling for is, like, you walk back into this alley, quickly put up the hat of disguise. What color scales do you make this dragonborn?
I'm just going with a nice green.
Okay, yeah, like Vox. And you change this into this green dragonborn man, and as you step back out of the alleyway, you kind of add like a annoyed look over your shoulder, as if they were looking at the Morton that had just walked through. Able to, if anyone was paying attention to you, it looks like two separate people had an interaction just then. Yeah. Is basically what that deception check was for. So.
I walk up back to the back of the group, keeping a little bit of distance, but who's the closest person to the back of the group?
Well, that's actually a good question. I would say
probably me with my 25 speed.
Yeah, the gnomes.
I guess we all have.
Yeah, I would not be in the front of the group.
Yeah, I think Chad would probably be leading the group.
Cannon.
And then
I'm towards the front. I'm probably second.
Yeah. So and then the twins probably right in the middle, and then the Pentwees in the back.
So I very quietly to you and Rosie just go, don't be alarmed. I'm a dragonborn now. Don't be alarmed when you turn around and see a dragonborn.
Oh wait, no, sorry, you's not there. Thank you, Ian. Is that what you were about to say? Yep, you's not there, so you come up and you say that to Rosie. Because you is with Fox right now, which we are going to get back to.
But I say that real quick, and then also just going forward, try to look like I'm trying to move around them.
Okay,
like the whole time,
as if you're not with them. Okay,
yeah,
I'll let that 19 deception just kind of continue on.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching like a hawk now to see if anybody's
for sure.
watching.
Rosie just keeps her head forward and like.
Okay, fantastic. Never mind. There's something else I was gonna do. So as you all continue, you find yourselves walking through. What's this? Is this a handout? Oh, it is. Isn't that crazy? As you find yourselves,
my goofy ass didn't get in the roll 20.
Oh, you goofy ass. So as you can see here, this is a map of Syldeera. You are it is kind of a tiered city that is made with these like red cliff rocks that are set up against this large mesa, and then each section is kind of a different tier with some like natural stone carved stairs that make their way up. You are on the lower level, and you are starting to make your way up this stair. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's a handout. I can't show you. It is the on the lowest tier, the staircase on the bottom. That is the staircase you find yourself, and then where you are headed is on the second tier. The building in between the two topmost staircases with the gold kind of dome on top of it and the blue out in front, that is the Mirage. So that is where you are heading and making your way. You start to walk off up the carved natural stairs. You notice that, I mean, Morton looks like a dragonborn right now, but the rest of you, halfling, dwarf, gnome, you actually feel like, this party that is walking through is, you're catching some glances and you're catching some eyes because there's actually not a lot of there's not a lot of the smaller folk here. There's not a lot of halflings. There's not a lot of gnomes.
Wow.
There's a lot of humans, probably about 50% humans, and then probably about 40% half orcs or orcs. There's a lot of orcs around here. And then quite a few dragonborn. You actually see some tabaxi roaming about. But as far as the closely resembling humanoids, it's really just humans. And you do see occasionally some of the smaller folk, but yeah, you're noticing that you're actually catching some glances, which is something you're not super used to from being from the more northern areas. But nevertheless, you continue on. You make your way into the Mirage. As you arrive at the Mirage, it is a large establishment with two ornate gold and red curtains that are pushed back as you walk in. And you see people over in the over in the corners in pillow over in the corner in circles with pillows on the ground, smoking herbs from colorful pipes. You see
Nice. This is a nice place.
You
take a deep breath in, blows out of my nostrils.
There is a huge just kind of one of those 60s living room inlays in the middle that go down.
Those are my favorite. Eric Younglove is saying that.
That's just covered in pillows and pillow type seating. And there's they're not flat out getting it on. There's different areas for that, but people are just really flirty and handsy in this area, just kind of very drunk, talking to one another. This is a very bohemian kind of open establishment. And you see that there are several rooms off to the sides that are separated by curtains that seem to be kind of VIP private areas. And then right past the inlay, there is a large staircase that kind of leads off to two different sides that must continue to private rooms and other areas in the Mirage. So as you walk in, you see a elven woman approach all of you. She has very dark skin. She's immediately beautiful. She has you're just struck by her looks. She has this ornate silver jewelry. She has a collar made of this obsidian silver metal, and just kind of has this she smells amazing. And this woman immediately must be Liaga, who Vox did tell you about, who's the owner of this establishment. And Liaga kind of steps forward and she says, I know many of my patrons. I do not know who you are. I have never seen these fresh faces. Hello, my name is Liaga. Welcome to the Mirage.
I shake her hand.
She very daintily gives you her hand, expecting a kiss, and you just kind of shake it, and she chuckles. Oh, well, lovely to meet you.
Ma'am, it is a pleasure to be in your establishment. I will walk forward. I'll grab her hand and kiss her hand.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate. We do not get much of your kind from the from the northern areas down here, and it is very glad to have you be a part of this journey for us. As you see, life is a journey. And just as I am on a journey, and you are on a journey, the Mirage is on a journey in and of itself, and you are now a part of that journey. And I cannot thank you enough for being here. How can I assist you? Would you like some drinks? Would you like food? Would you like a lover or a place to stay for the evening?
I pull off
Yes,
my hood,
yes.
and do the same thing at the same time with them. Yep.
Do you have a cigar lounge that I can kind of hang out in?
Real quick, Morton, did you say you like undid the disguise?
Like I undo the disguise and put the hood back up.
Okay, she kind of, that catches her off guard, and she looks over. Oh, a more private individual. It is not unusual here.
Yes,
Your
I would
secret
rather
is safe
not.
with us.
Yes, I would rather not have to do that in public, but I am a private person.
Oh, of course, no judgments here, as long as we protect each other's sentiments and spaces and boundaries, and everything is good here.
Absolutely.
So, a cigar lounge, we definitely have a place where you will be able to partake of many different herbs that can be ingested through inhalation.
Nice.
Not necessarily just cigars, but there is an area, and she kind of gestures over to there's two corners in the back that kind of seem to be just filled with different colors of smoke coming from different pipes that people are smoking them from.
All right,
You are welcome to join our other patrons in these areas.
Thank you. I guess I'll see the rest of you guys later. I just walk off.
Oh, don't we have things split?
Oh, sorry, my bad. What do we
Wait for me.
How can I help the rest of you?
Oh, I would love a room, a drink, a meal, and certainly a lover or two. That would be lovely.
Of course, yes, we will be able to help any of your various wants and needs. Here, I will show you the specials. She takes out
Happy hour?
this scroll, and she basically, no, that doesn't happen. But she goes through what they offer and what kind of drinks they have. They have very citrusy alcoholic beverages here, like citrus ales, but their main drink is kind of a deep purple wine that is made from a local cactus fruit. And the food that they have is definitely more exotic than what Morton would be used to, but all sounds incredibly good and smells good when you see it coming through to and fro. So as you are all taking in the Mirage and digesting that situation, we cut over to it's just about to get fun. We cut over to you, who has, last we left off, just cast Lesser Restoration on I said it wrong again. Lesser Restoration on Drake Hardscales, who presumably had some kind of curse on his mind, affecting the way that he took in information and digested data. And you was able to cast this Lesser Restoration and saw a moment of clarity in Drig that they had not seen yet, and a moment where Drig was kind of confused and looks around and looks at Vox and say, what is going on? What is happening? And Vox kind of speaks up in this moment as we continue, and he says, all right, brother, it's all right. You're totally fine, love. This is my good friend Hugh. I think he might have just. It's good to see you, brother. And Drake kind of nods his head. You. Lovely to meet you. What did you just do?
Out of this RP, did you say that I know that this isn't going to last?
Yes, I did say that. Yes. So thank you for that reminder for the viewers as well. As you kind of cast this spell, you're not necessarily an expert in magic. You're not an expert in what these powers that you've been given are able to do. You're kind of still figuring them out, but there's something that tells you that this is a temporary thing. Yeah. But you don't know how long.
Hello. Yes. I just did what I could. I don't think that this is going to last very long. Can you tell us what happened that might help us figure out how to fix this?
Yes. And he kind of he starts stuttering a little bit, and Vox just reaches out and puts a hand on him. And Vox looks at you, and kind of nods his head firmly, and then looks back at his brother and says, "Listen, love. If he's pretty good at what he does, my friend, and if he's right, then I have a feeling that this is not going to be the first time that this is going to happen to you. I know you're scared, but I just need you to breathe, love, and just answer their question for them." And kind of, when you see like a little bit of exhalation, and as they exhale from what you would normally see from a dragon of a little bit of smoke coming out or something like that, you see this crackling of lightning energy very briefly, kind of as they exhale, jump between their sharp teeth, and he kind of, right, well, my team and I, we discovered an ancient structure beneath the city. We originally thought it to be a tomb of Brenax, the Dark Knight. However, upon further investigation, it became quite clear that it was the tomb of Brenax, the Dark Knight, but it was also something else. Something that, as roughly as I could translate what I was reading, was called the Temple of the Gods. I had an ancient text that I found, and you see that he's starting to get a little foggy. There's a creature. A horrifying spirit, an energy. I can't really describe it. I don't. The more I think of it, the more it disappears from me. It's an evil, brother. An absolute. And you see him start to breathe more slowly, and his eyebrow furrows a little bit more. And he looks over at you. Kane Sandwalker. Find Kane Sandwalker. And then as soon as he says that, almost as if he felt himself fleeing and needed to throw a final piece of information at you, Drake just goes, "TikTok, goes the tea time. Is it tea time for TikTok? Clock, clock." And immediately just starts going back into his rambles, and notably seems a little bit happier.
Oh yeah. I look over
stressed,
at Vox and just a sad kind of smile of just I think that's what we're gonna get, and
right.
This feels like a good place to start. I don't know. Do you know Kane Sandwalker?
Yeah, it's as good a place to start as any, love, I guess. I haven't heard my brother's real voice in quite some time, so I'll take what I can get. Thank you very much. Yes, Kane. He's. What were you doing with Kane, Drig? And Drig kind of just looks tilts his head. Down, down, underground, down goes Kane the man. And he kind of shakes his head. It makes sense, actually. Kane Sandwalker, he's the leader of the Desert Sun. It's It's a gang of individuals that is they're not that bad, but they're definitely known for some thievery. Definitely, if you're a tourist. But if there's anyone who knows what's in the darker areas, the more secluded places here in Syldeera, it would be someone of the Desert Sun. So I don't think that's that surprising. And for the players / viewers, none of the characters know about this except now for you. However, Chad in the last session did notice, but didn't say anything to anybody, that there was 2 individuals that were kind of like looking at the group and kind of like casing them, who had this logo of like a like a sunset on a horizon that was all in black. That because he rolled a natural 20, and that he knew was the Desert Sun. So Vox kind of explains that logo to you and says, I'm sure it's not going to be hard to find him, knowing your group. I'm sure he's already found you. Listen, about my brother, love, do you think your mother would be able to do anything that you're not?
Maybe. I know that there's some stronger restoration spells. If this is a curse, I think she can help try and take that away.
That would be amazing. All right. Well, thank you. I trusted the right friend. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I thank you for trusting me, and I hope that we can help your brother.
Of course. I think we should go. My brother's going to be all right. He's lived by himself he's still able to take care of himself. We should go and find your friends. Perhaps if what Drake said is true about Cain, then perhaps we don't need Drake to return to this place. Drake, my brother, and he kind of walks over to Drake, and Drake looks at him. Lizard man with green skin. Green skin different from blue, not real brothers. Not brothers. Vox just shakes his head and says, that's not you talking. We are brothers, you know that. And Vox just brings Drake into a hug that is not returned. And kind of pushes him away. And Drake just starts going back to whatever he's doing, which is like organizing piles, basically, is kind of what he just does over and over. And the 2 of you might as well be completely invisible. And go ahead and make an insight check for me. Ian.
Uh, 12.
12. He's got a pretty good game face, but Vox is hurt by what's going on.
Yeah.
And he seems invested and distracted. At the same time. So he looks at you and he says, right, to the Mirage then.
Yeah. Let's head to the Mirage.
Wonderful.
I'm sure my mom will have some ideas.
Good. He kind of opens the door and then stops for a second. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, keep up. And he turns and shuts the door. And as the 2 of you head back to the Mirage, we cut back to the Mirage. As all of you are enjoying a nice time, Flint and Cuinn are over in the smoking circle. You kind of walk over there. You see a variety of individuals. The one that seems most like open to your entrance and like communication out to not just within their group is this Panther Tabaxi man who is just kind of leaning back with his arms like back on a pillow and his legs crossed in front of him. And he says, hey, how we doing?
I lean over to Cuinn. Everybody's an animal here. Have you noticed that? Hey,
you're muted.
No, I've definitely picked up on that. Yeah, that's kind of awesome.
Hello, Mr. Panther. Is this tobacco only, or are you partaking in some of the other more wacky of substances?
Hey, man, I don't even know if there's any tobacco over here.
Pardon my friend. He's not, very...
Oh,
sorry, Flint.
Whoa, hey,
I mean,
cool.
listen, he's good at other stuff, but he's not... doesn't get out much, I should say.
Gotcha. And you must be I would assume a large proprietor of.
Oh, please! I've done it all twice.
All right, so like, name your top 3.
Well, you got it. Have you done bongos?
I've done bongos.
Bongos are great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've done
have
that.
you ever trizzles? Have you done some trizzles?
Oh yeah. Oh, back in my days.
Hey, I used to pedal trizzles in high school.
Are trizzles the same thing as trizzle whizzles?
It's a deviation. Yeah, it's some baking soda.
Have you guys tried crack?
I have.
It's pretty common in the crack in rock. Pretty common in the.
Well, we mainly focus on locally sourced desert flowers that, depending on their color, are able to give you quite the experience.
Great, sign me up, Flint.
What are you looking for?
I do get out a lot, so whatever you got in there, I'll take, no problem.
All right, well, here we go. Let me show you.
Oh,
he
no.
brings out this like silver platter tray of 5 different colored pipes that have a different colored crushed herb within them. There's a yellow, red, a blue, a black, and a green.
That sounds terrifying. Do you ever mix? Did you ever mix them up? Or is it strictly?
I try not to.
No.
All right.
The more adventurous people do, but
Put them all in one. Let me have it.
Nope. Oh. That's literally illegal, dude. It's the one rule we have. Can't do that.
Well, don't look at Cuinn. Don't say I didn't try to be adventuresome.
No. Yeah. What do you usually? Is there something you recommend? What's something for like a really experienced, user?
Well, as far as like that's concerned, it's just like the more you smoke, right?
Right.
But like, the different, they're not really like stronger than one another. They just like offer different experiences.
Okay, so the experience that I'm kind of looking for is kind of detached from reality and not thinking about.
Oh, you want the black one for sure?
Okay, yeah. Thank you. I'll
you know what? I'll take that trip with you.
Oh, thanks.
I'll go
Are
too.
you sure? Are you sure? And they point to Cuinn. Are you sure you want to do the black one?
Oh my.
Absolutely.
goodness.
What are you talking about? Why?
You seem like more fun than that.
Is there a more fun one? I'm fun.
Well, the black one
Fun
just knocks you out.
Oh,
Oh no, I don't want that.
I'm fun.
We want to party.
Oh, hey,
Well,
man.
you said.
I've been
All right.
wandering. Now I'm here.
Okay, so the yellow one is gonna make you the happiest maybe you've ever been.
Pass.
It's a huge serotonin boost. The yellow one, the red one. Listen, I'm not trying to, because I don't know what you're into. I don't know what I like, so I'm not gonna like. But let's just say, red is for love. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
Did I hear love over there?
Yeah.
You want the red one, Morton?
Morton walks up eating a turkey leg.
What's
You
going
want
on
the
over
red
there?
one. You want the
The
red
red
one.
what?
Trust me. Just don't worry about it.
Drugs.
Red for him.
Red for him.
Okay.
I told you about the black one. The green one. The green one is for if you just want to be one with nature and one
I
with
want
the
that one.
universe. You know what I mean? You want the green one?
Yeah.
Okay, so they hand the green one. Anyone want to try the blue one?
What's the blue one?
Its nickname, Catharsis.
No.
I feel like Flint needs that.
Yeah. Just top me off a little bit with the blue
Okay,
one.
so they had Flint the blue one, they had May the green one, they had Morton the red one, and you take the yellow one, Quinn?
Yeah, I'll take the yellow one.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's start with May.
Can I go outside to take mine?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to just like lay in the grass.
It's a desert.
Oh, I want to lay in the sand.
Clip it. So,
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I didn't know if you looked at the map, but there's just like sand everywhere.
Yep, for sure.
That's so funny. Okay, so how they have a full bowl that has been packed. How much of it do you smoke?
Oh my
Greatest
god.
role-playing game I've ever.
I mean, the whole thing.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
I'm going to use my little dice.
Those dice are normal size. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's regular dice.
11.
11. Okay, so you are out there, and as you're just laying in the sand, people just staring at you, finding it very weird that you're doing this. You feel your hands and feet kind of like rub through the sand, and after a moment, you start feeling very warm, and you start feeling as if you get why Batty loves the earth so much and why she's constantly digging, because it's like if you dig a hole and if you go underground, it's like the earth is giving you a hug, and all you want is to be hugged, because what's a better feeling than being hugged? So you just start putting sand on your body, and you just start burying yourself.
Great.
And you just become one with the earth.
Cool. Just like a head sticking out of the sand.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Quinn.
Oh no.
Actually, Quinn, we'll leave you. No, yeah, Quinn, how much do you smoke of the ball?
All of it.
Okay, roll Constitution saving throw for me.
Come on.
With the duck dice.
Dark dice.
12.
12. So you're sitting down next to this Black Panther tabaxi. And he's looking at you and he's like, how you feeling, man? And when he says, how you feeling, man, there is something in the delivery and the timing of how he said that. It's the funniest fucking thing you've ever heard in your life.
How you feeling, man? Oh man, holy shit. Oh my god.
What do you mean? Oh my god, he said, what do you mean? Like,
what do you mean? Oh my god. This guy over here. Oh my god.
I don't
basically for the next hour, Quinn, every sound, every word that you hear is the funniest fucking thing you've ever. It keeps topping. It tops each time. So that's your experience for the next hour.
Okay. All right.
Morton, how much?
I'd probably like a little over a third, just like a touch.
All right,
he's watching that happen. Just going, oh, and looking outside and seeing Meg bury herself, and it's just like,
yeah,
there's got to be a happy medium somewhere.
All right, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Something I am notoriously good at, better than my wisdom saving. That knocked me out of the thing. Oh, okay, 15.
15. Wow, you've never been in a room with more attractive people. I mean, every single individual But the one that strikes you
Oh God.
the more craziest, and the one that's giving you a lot of torn, tension-filled feelings, the way Cuinn is laughing.
God damn it.
I mean, you didn't know that you could see this side of Cuinn before. And there's something about his humor and the way he just finds it in everything that you find yourself pretty infatuated with Cuinn in this moment. It's a very aha moment for you.
Most people
in
are.
that externally, because I'd like to believe that Morton's pretty good at like keeping his chill. He'll say what he means. But
I would say with the 15 and with smoking a third of it, like you know that it's the drug doing this, but damned it if it wasn't making some good points.
Morton just like sits down and like very like feeling everything, because I'm sure everything feels great too. Like the couch and all that, just goes like this and is like, and just sits there and just thinks about it.
Yeah, just thinks about the feelings that he's having.
He's like, and then glancing at other people as it happens, but mainly focused on
everybody
Cuinn.
also beautiful. All right, Flint, how much of it you smoking?
I'm cool and I get out a lot. I'm taking it all, baby.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
So I have my magic item is the Necklace of Adaptation, which means I have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases and vapors.
I would not say that this is harmful.
I haven't farted yet, so you're good.
I haven't farted. Oh my God.
11.
Okay. You take in that last inhale and you start kind of coughing, and then you open your eyes, and sitting across this little inlay in this corner are none other than Shale Boulderbender and I forget her name again. Marble Boulderbender. And they're just looking at you, and Shale runs over and gives you the biggest hug and kind of leans back. Hey, Dad.
I put my hand in his hair. Hey, you keeping up with your studies, son, I hope?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've every time I dig, I know what rocks I'm digging into.
Good. That's my boy. You know, the boulder benders have been miners for 7 generations, and I hope that you can continue that.
I just want to be like you, Dad. That's all I want.
All right.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I know that you're gone, and I know that you just kind of left, and I haven't heard from you in a long time, and I want you to know I'm okay with that.
Really?
That's just the journey that you've got to take.
Thank you for saying that, because it's been weighing on my mind that I haven't tried to reach out to you in a while, and knowing that you're okay with it has really put my mind at ease.
Yeah, and I'm glad, because there's no reason you should be worried about the fact that your son hasn't heard from you in months.
I'm not worried, honestly.
Good, because you really shouldn't be, because I get it, Dad. I just get it. And Marble kind of walks over.
Hello, Marble.
Hey, Flint.
Hey,
hi. I
hope you're doing fine.
I gotta say, I'm you know what, I gotta let you know, I'm doing horrible. Ever since you left me, everything's been so bad.
That is such a terrible thing to hear.
Yeah, no, I tried to move on.
Because when we were together, your life was pretty good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I would say amazing. I think is the best it's ever been.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna regret breaking up with me.
And I do 100 times over. Okay. And if you will allow me to get on my hands and knees and beg you to get back with me, I will.
No, Mark.
No, okay, I would. I wouldn't think that you would want to. I'm not worth it. You know, I'm not.
Oh,
so.
No. Don't be so hard on yourself.
No, I'm perfectly hard on myself the right amount, because I made the biggest mistake of my life letting you go.
Okay, yeah. Are you dating? You're dating again?
Oh no, everyone despises me. Yeah, they all every time I've tried to date, they've said Flint, and I've said yeah, and they've said
yeah, they associate you with me. That's tough to get ahead, especially now that I'm out adventuring. You know,
you wouldn't believe the songs that have been written about you.
Really? Interesting.
Oh my god, so good songs, such good ones.
They're written about me. You know that I didn't want that to happen. That wasn't my main goal of venturing, but I was like in the back of my head, it's kind of obvious that it's gonna happen.
I mean, and they're great songs too. They're like the best of them.
You know, I just turn away from Marble. Shale, my boy, your old man just took down a big worm right outside the city here.
Don't worry, Dad. I know about it. We all know. And I got to tell you, you've never been more charismatic than you have been since you found that book. I mean, that's crazy.
Thank you. Just feel free to tell your friends at school about me.
I don't need to. They come up to me and they ask for my autograph because I'm your son.
That's so good to hear. That makes me feel validated in my choices.
Of course. All right. Well, you know what, Dad? You get some rest because you definitely don't rest enough and are constantly working and paying attention and are devoted to the current situation. And you deserve to rest every once in a while. Just like go away into like your own little world and just like escape. You know what I mean? Like you deserve to do that because I feel like you never do.
I love you, son. And
I love you, Dad.
I'm snoring. I'm immediately snoring.
Yeah, the rest of you just see Flint asleep this entire time. So about 30 minutes pass, and someone comes inside and comes up to Leaga and like whispers something in her ears, and Leaga walks over to you, Cuinn.
Hey, what's up? Oh man, how's it
Hi,
going?
it is good to see you. I hope you are having a good time.
I'm having a fucking fantastic time. How are you
That's
doing,
great.
baby?
Your sister will suffocate soon. She's buried herself outside in the sand, and
my God, that's just like me. Yeah,
there's
all
bugs trying to eat at her face.
Can you take me there? Can you show me this?
I would love to take you to this place. Yes,
I would love to take you to this place.
And she directs you outside, and you walk out, and you see Maewyn you see May's head just sticking out of the sand. You see that there are 2 scorpions that are just crawling around her face, and Maewyn's just laughing. And Batty is just like 3 feet away, crouched and just growling intensely, like super angry, looking towards May at these creatures. And it couldn't be a more funny tableau for you to stumble on. Oh my God.
Batty, what are you doing, man? Oh my God.
Batty looks at
Cuinn!
Oh my God, you got a scorpion in your eye.
That's so funny.
Oh my God.
Amazing. As this is happening, Chad looks over at you, Morton. Actually, no. Chad is looking outside, having like kind of followed Cuinn. As you know, Chad, all about staying in the moment. Chad has not partaken in anything. And Chad's kind of like looking outside, having followed Cuinn as he left. And you see Chad kind of like act like you see a look of surprise on his face, and as in very Chad fashion, he like gets up and like hurriedly starts walking up.
I pull away from the person I'm making out with that happens to look a little bit like Cuinn.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
and I just go, "Sorry, love," and then rub the face a little bit too long because it's definitely still. And I look at the Black Panther Tabaxi. Is the Black Panther Tabaxi still there?
Yes, he is. He's laughing a lot.
You're like, "I'll come back for that," and I get up.
He called you a that. You have a pronoun.
I meant the.
No, it was funny. It was a good joke. It was a good joke.
So very funny. I rubbed my face a little bit and realized I've been doing it for too long.
Yeah, it feels very
And then
good,
finally, after slightly delaying too much, I go after
make a
Chad.
Perception check.
Oh, I would love to investigate instead, because that's a +8.
Unfortunately, that's not what the DM told you to roll.
It's an 11.
An 11. Low DC, you know what Chad looks like. You see Chad duck behind an alleyway, like a couple buildings down.
I just follow.
Okay. You turn and you follow. As you're getting close to the alleyway, you see as if something was like let off, or you just see a flash of light come from the alleyway as you're getting closer.
It's in that moment I realize I am not disguised and flip up my hood and become the green dragonborn again.
Okay.
And then duck behind if there's like a barrel or something there.
So you like turn down the alleyway and like duck to see if you can basically hide looking down the alleyway. As you look down the alleyway, you see Chad standing in the alleyway surrounded by 4 figures, all clad in golden armor. They all have long, straight hair that has been tied up very elegantly into a very symmetrical tight bun. 2 females, 2 males. Elven as their species. And immediately you notice on the shield of one of them, on like the gauntlet of another, the symbol of the kingdom of Tayaroth.
Okay. I is that so we're in an alley. Is there an outlet to the other side of the alley, or is it like a dead end?
It is a dead end. They're kind of like talking right now. Chad seems perturbed.
Is there anything is there anything I can is there anything closer to them that I could sneak up to get a better vantage point?
Not from it's a pretty small alleyway. No, you're about 15 feet away. They're like you can hear their voices, like you hear the like audio of them speaking, but you just can't make out what they're saying.
I try to move the barrel closer with myself very slowly, just enough so I can hear what's being said if I need to do anything other than be sneaky.
Go ahead and roll stealth check.
Oh, no. That's a 9.
9. Okay. As you're walking forward, you kind of like try to move the barrel, very like, Hanna-Barbera cartoon. And as you get a little bit into the alleyway, the barrel was a lot like more top heavy than you thought. It's like filled with it's basically found out it's a water barrel. And you push it and it falls down to the ground, splashing in the alleyway. They all turn to look at you. Chad like looks at you and his eyes go wide and he starts to try to push back them and reach out to you. And one of the elven soldiers grabs Chad, reaches into his satchel, pulls out this blue gem, squeezes it, and all 5 of them teleport away in a flash of blue energy.
I stare at that. And I walk over to see, just like reaching out real quick to see if anybody's still there.
Yeah, they did not go invisible. You walk over and there's no sign of anybody.
I walk out of the alley, still like the Dragonborn, but just
As you're walking out of the alley, this is real. Like this is high stakes. This is not cool. What just happened. But those were some good-looking elves. I mean, just you do have that thought for a second. They were very attractive.
Aww.
Yeah, it's just as I walk back, it's just one of these again. Just
and as you're walking back, you see Maewyn and Cuinn red in the face from how hard they are laughing as you and Vox are currently trying to help dig out Maewyn as they have been returned to this mirage. Vox is kind of like laughing, and he says, "Listen, you guys really, you partook, and I'm proud of it, loves. I really am. But we've got to get you out of the ground, May. You're going to, you're going to burn out here, quite frankly."
Well, tell Batty to help. I bet Batty could help. She's good at this.
I conjure Mage Hand and like try to help sweep out of the way since it can't lift anything.
What the mage,
so much stuff.
what the Mage Hand is good at is the Mage Hand grabs the scorpions and kind of like just throws them away. And now that you and Vox have returned, they're able to help get Maewyn out of this situation. You as the youngest member of A Little Help and should be the most rambunctious, but this is probably yet again another moment of you being like, I am the babysitter of this group, and that's
we're not that much older than you.
How old are you?
I'm like 19.
All right, that's pretty much what we are in halfling years.
Yeah.
22.
Listen,
I
was gonna.
I look at everyone and I just go, "That was fun. We need to go inside." Cuinn, and I grab Quinn's hand and I pull him inside.
I want to be outside. Okay, I'll go with Cuinn.
As you do that, Quinn's hand is really soft.
Yeah,
soft hand. It's a soft hand.
It started as like a this grab, and it slowly just turned into a that grab.
And I'll just hold it. I'll be like, Morgan, what are you doing?
You think he's doing a bit. You think he's doing a bit. Yeah, it's
good. No, you should go
That's
funny.
I look back at him annoyed because this is a serious situation, but boy, Morton can't help but just go.
And
just keeps walking.
That's so funny.
And tries to pull everybody inside. It's like, you.
Where are we going?
Inside a private room, and I try to find the
inside.
Oh no! What have I done? What have I done as the DM?
I try to find what is Liaga. Thank you. And I go, private room, love, for all of us.
Yes, your friend Vox has spoken of this, and Vox kind of looks over at you and says, "Yeah, you and I, we have some information to share for sure. Mm-hmm. So I thought it'd be good if we could get a room together. If we could just get Chad, I think he's the only one I don't see."
Yeah, now we need to get into a room now. That's what this is about. Now we need to go now.
No, Morton.
Oh my god.
Where's my mom?
Oh yeah, where's Rosie?
Now I'm making fun of it.
Rosie has been at the bar this whole time, trying to stay like as far away from any of whatever this establishment is about, and is like holding her bag of holding like a purse that she's like a grandma on the subway and thinks anyone's gonna steal it, and is like looking around, has a glass of water, and is trying to read ancient prophecies.
Okay, you know what? Because you didn't get to partake in the drugs, let's go ahead and make another investigation check.
Thank you.
Ancient prophecies, but Rosie's out here doing work out here.
So are we.
I got a 10.
A 10. Okay.
Deep we have to dig a hole for May.
It's a lot of work.
So with the 10 investigation check, reading about your prophecies, where you last left off is you left off into like basically like who were the people behind the creation of this centering prophecy, and who are these like people in charge. And this is the first time in this book that you see mention of the Palladium. The Palladium Planopticon has been around an incredibly long time. And what started as a very well-known and established organization of the defenders of like the material plane and the keepers of knowledge from other planes has now divulged itself into like devolved itself into like a Cracker Jack like what's a good example that I'm trying to think
like
of?
the old
Shadow.
school like spy decoder ring.
Exactly
Yeah.
like that. And that is what every time you ever brought it up to Rosie, that's what Rosie considered the Palladium to be.
Okay.
And that's what, if anybody were to hear the name of the Palladium to be, that what it would be. And honestly, the first couple interactions that you had with like the Shade and everybody else almost confirmed the fact that it was kind of just like a real big goofy thing.
Yeah.
But really what it is that it's an ancient thing whose members have just died off and whose teachings have been lost. So it was the Palladium Planopticon who came up with this prophecy of the century. And the Palladium, actually, with the 10, that's what you get. That's what you get for that investigation check.
I would say as I'm reading, I get a little bit more relaxed. I kind of let the purse drop or the thing drop. And so whenever, if you comes up to me and finds me, like, it's like I'm at a library, just reading my book, sipping my water.
I would say every once in a while, Yaga checks up on you and just asks if you want any water or anything else. And every time she does, it is just because you're Rosie, so you expect to be put off base by whatever she's about to say. But she is incredibly non-judgmental of what you're currently doing in her establishment. She pushes nothing on you, and she just checks in on you and makes sure that you're okay.
I feel kind of like an asshole.
Why do you feel like an asshole?
Because I've been judging this whole time.
Classic older religious person finding out that there are nice people in the world.
Yeah, and then I probably would have if later conversations, like the last couple times she checked in, like maybe told her like, oh, well, are you seeing anyone? How old are you? You're such a nice lady.
I very much appreciate. I am 634 years old.
Oh, you don't look a day over 500.
Oh, stop. I very much appreciate. I am from the kingdom of Tayaroth and have found myself here in the recent centuries, and I do love it here in the south.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
I have definitely come back in with them, and I've cast Mage Hand to go over to where Rosie is as I see her and poke her on the shoulder. And turn it around and like do this frantically, and I have it point in the direction of me holding Cuinn and with you.
No, I don't want to do that.
I cast Minor Illusion. I go, that's right next to her, and I just go, "We are having an emergency. We need to talk now. I am very high, and I don't want to walk over right now."
Oh.
That is a use of Minor Illusion that I've never seen. That is totally doable. He literally just throws his voice basically across this establishment, and you hear as if he's I know, that's smart, and it's as if he's whispering right into your ear.
I was checking before because I was going to do something Minor Illusion-y before checking.
I think that's totally doable for sure.
I would hear emergency and like know that out of everyone, Cuinn would trick me, but Morton wouldn't use the term emergency. He would, and like be pulling Cuinn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd get up. I'd be like, "Oh, excuse me, I have to use the little gnome's room."
We do not have separate rooms for the species of individuals, but please feel free to use our facilities. Oh, that was a joke, and I'm getting better at those.
Sorry. I'm still learning Syldeera humor. Okay, bye.
And you walk over.
I like launch off the bar stool.
I love the image of Rosie every time I think of her. Like objectively, if you think about this like little gray-haired gnome woman, just like
with a
walking around.
human-sized cane as a quarterstaff. Don't ever forget.
Yeah, it's
That's my
amazing.
favorite part.
Anyway. So you all walk to this area. The curtains have been closed. It's just a nice, like, you know, large circular couch with a table in the middle that has some like some water and some fresh fruit. And you are all brought in. And Vox kind of looks at you, Morton, and he says, "Well, love, I know that you and I have information to share, but it seems like you also have something. Who should go first?"
Yeah, we have an emergency, and know
Morton's
that
holding my hand
time,
in such a weird way.
this entire
Damn,
time,
life is good.
Morton will hold a vice grip on Quinn's hand like this, but like it's somehow still sweet, but it is a vice grip.
Yeah.
And it's just talking.
Have I introduced you guys to my son Shale?
This is not important.
Shale?
I'm sure that is not important right now.
Shale is that you cannot find Shale.
Shale.
Shoulder.
Shale.
Oh my god. Everyone.
All right, Flint's run out of the room.
Okay, and I minor illusion out the door and go, "You get your fucking ass back in here." It's like not my voice.
Who said that?
Vox. Okay, so Vox has spent enough time with you that he thinks he knows. He knows a little bit of what you all are capable of. Vox looks over at you, Pintwe, and says, "Listen, love. You're totally welcome to do whatever you want. I don't want to pressure you into anything, but if you could make these two fuckers stop being the way that they are, that would be fantastic."
You're a fucker.
Ew.
And he's referring to if you want to, you don't have to, but he's referring to the 5-point lay on hand sobering that we've canonically done
less
before.
Restoration or
No. But if you wanted to, he does because we've canonically said that you can sober up some people with his lay on hands.
Yeah,
or their lay on hands. So if you want to, but that's what he refers to.
Everyone, be careful. My ex-wife is around.
The one who made you a cuck?
Does she work here?
I use minor illusion one more time and loudly, like over everybody else, goes, "Chad's been kidnapped."
Oh, why didn't you start with that?
Kidnapped.
With that, when I was like, Yu has been like reluctant to do anything, but I was like, oh, that's a serious thing. And I do go around to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people and use up all my lay on hands to.
Well, actually, I think it's only technically
4?
because Morton does have the love thing, but he only smoked a little over a third, so Morton's still pretty cognizant. But Flint, Cuinn, and Maewyn could use it for sure. So 3 people could.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean you're having a good time, but I need you to be here.
Your eyes dangling out of your head from the scorpion.
You comes up and very gently. Cast lay on hands, and as soon as you does that, you have all the memories of everything that just happened, but there is a very sudden crash down to reality as the words "Chad has been kidnapped" ring in your ears, and the meaning of it but rings true in your mind.
Why are you still holding my hand, Morton?
You have a nice feeling hand, and honestly, I don't know if did you bring him down from
feeling? This? I grab Quinn's other hand to see if it's nice feeling.
I mean, I try to take care of
it. It's just a hand. It's just a hand, Morton.
Kidnapped.
Oh, did you take
yes, Chad.
Would you?
Have you ever heard of X? They call it X in Bayhawk. It's basically just that. And I like pry my own fingers away from Quinn's fingers, but like it's too sensual. Like to get one last little hit.
Vox looks at you and says, I think I've got this one covered, love. And he looks at Morton and just slaps Morton really hard in the face.
You hear out of his mouth just a very
the innocence of that was so funny to me.
He looks at Vox very clearly and is just like, I will put that.
You feel better, love?
We'll call it that. Chad was kidnapped by
Rosie.
The Kingdom of Tayaroth.
Rosie.
Well, while that was all happening,
yes.
I would have immediately, as soon as I heard Chad was kidnapped and
Yes.
that was all happening, I would have cast Sending to Chad to see.
Okay. Let me
Smart.
look up something about the spell set.
Dead.
Oh no! I hate that you said that.
Dad got killed off.
Sending only works for people who are not dead. Anyway,
We're not
Should've
dead
got for a
or
kid.
in this
Concession.
plane, I think.
Ooh, okay, no,
That's what
okay,
fucking
so, all right,
happens to everybody.
go ahead and cast Sending.
Sending.
You miss one session,
okay.
you get offed.
I would say, hey Chad, heard you were kidnapped. Are you okay? And could you provide any information as to where you may be? I have one hand, forward.
Yep. you do.
This is Rosie. Bye.
Okay, amazing. So you say that, and a moment of silence kind of goes.
Oh gosh.
I'm
The
sorry, I was looking at my
eyes.
notes about something.
Oh.
I'm sorry. A moment of silence kind of happens,
Oh god.
and then you hear, Rosie, head hurts.
Oh.
I think I'm underground.
probably in a sound.
Dark. I could also be in a mountain.
Get fucked.
No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't say that. Or he doesn't say that. He says, no, I don't know. It's just dark. My head hurts. They said you won't find me. Amulet. And that's all you get.
Amulet, I say out loud.
What are you talking about?
I just
Amulet?
talked to Chad. I just called him on the Dune line.
Dune,
What the
Dune
fuck
dial.
is the
The
Dune
Dune dial.
dial?
Collect.
I don't know. I can talk to people from far away now.
Where is he? What?
He said that he may be underground. It's dark. His head hurts. And
So he's safe.
amulet.
No, what the fuck would lead you to that?
Is he in an
Underground.
amulet like you? Like you?
He
Frank?
has an amulet.
Yeah, he does have a.
He does have the amulet. Uh-oh.
Maybe we
Uh-oh.
could track
Track the amulet.
the amulet.
I can do that.
Maybe the Kingdom of these
Did
were
they
tier
take
at-
his amulet? They could have
Cuinn-
taken it.
Cuinn and Morton roll Arcana checks for me.
Oh boy.
Duck
As
dice.
the two who have
Huh.
actually educated themselves in the Arcana.
I'm
15.
educated. 14.
15? Okay, with a 15, because what Chad specifically said
Amulet.
was they said you can't find me, and then amulet.
Yeah.
He could have meant two things. He could have meant look for me via the amulet, or you do know that there are magical items that often come in the form of the word, or that often come in the form of an amulet, that specifically guard a user or a wearer from divination magic, aka scrying, aka locate creature. So he could have meant look for me via the amulet, or he could have meant they put one of these amulets on me and they said you won't be able to find me.
Does anyone in here know how to scry, perchance? Also, for the record, since I'm still high but a little sobered up, I am just kind of doing this the whole time.
Okay.
But I am.
You're making us all really uncomfortable.
Oh, it's underneath my cloak.
I know.
but I know what you're doing.
But I know.
I take my hands out and just do this. Does anyone know anyone who can scry or can scry in this room? Vox?
No, love, that's not something I'm able to do.
Do you know anyone
Hello.
here who can?
Locate an object.
Or an object, what Rosie said.
Well, I
Try.
can do that.
Then at least we'll know which one.
Well,
of
you
the
never
things
think
he
I can
meant.
do anything.
I'm panicking and I'm a little high right now. I'm sorry. That's on me. That's on me. I fully acknowledge that.
I think you can do it, Rosie.
Thank you, May. And I'll just try to think about Chad's amulet and cast is at 2nd level. Yeah. 2nd level locate object. Concentrate real hard. It does take it's immediate. And I can do it for 10 minutes.
You do not get any pings.
Ah, shit.
The object is not within 1,000 feet of you, or is protected by something.
It's not within 1,000 feet of me, or it's protected by something.
What do we do?
But you could call him.
Well, I could one more time. I already did the first time, and he couldn't give me a lot.
Yeah.
No, I think she's saying that we are able to reach him via magic.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
So
we
he's
can
alive.
scry. That means we can scry on him. Maybe.
Not necessarily.
So
Maybe
you
we
would
could-
you would know with a 15 Arcana check that sending is actually an evocation spell,
Mhm.
which is what
I was
had to
like,
look
yeah,
up.
it's
Yeah.
not.
Well, Morton, did you see what direction they went in? Maybe-
It was teleportation. I got into the alley. There was a blue gem and flash, and then all 6 of them, which included Chad, were gone.
Oof.
I will
Well,
say they did look very clean and very put together, which was noted.
Elves?
Noted. They were elves.
But
I
yeah,
just
that actually is
wanna-
a good point. They also, sorry, Rosie, that is a good point. Though they also, they didn't look as if they had been walking through the desert or walking through a desert city, and that's kind of what Morton reflects.
Maybe it's
Rosie, what were you
Chad's
saying?
family.
Well, maybe it's the people that took Chad's dad.
Sorry, I interrupted Rosie. I want to make sure she finishes
Oh.
what she was saying.
Well, all I was just going to say is maybe this should just be a lesson to all of us that drugs are not the answer and they actually
That's-
just make things worse. And
We're not-
every
that's
time
right.
we
drugs.
We're not.
I think if
so-
Chad would have done
Okay.
drugs, would've been-
We're not soapboxing this.
Totally
We're not soapboxing this. Let's have this conversation later because you had a scorpion about to take out your eye, and
You know how many
couldn't stop
times that's
laughing.
happened?
And why would Shale be here in Syldeera? That's ridiculous.
Scorpions aren't native to the north, you dunce. And then
We're pretty rich. We could ship in scorpions.
You think I didn't try to adopt a
Okay.
scorpion, Morton?
Okay,
All
there's
right.
All
I'll go over
right,
to
listen,
you.
listen.
a lot of dunces here.
First of all, you're all just yelling over each other and it's not getting anything productive. Listen, loves, I don't think that you're wonderful and fine, but I don't know how you've ever gotten
Thank you.
anything done with how much in-arguing you do. Jeez.
Me either.
All right, listen, you and I had a very productive conversation with my brother. You,
It's true.
and he kind of like, Voxley gives you the floor.
Yeah, so we learned some things. I spoke to Vox's brother Drig, and something happened in the temple. They were exploring, and they thought that it was just a simple tomb, but it turns out that we were right that is the temple of the gods, and it sounds like it might be trickier than just going there. It sounds like there's some sort of creature, a spirit or an energy that's protecting the temple, and it affected Drig, and is affecting their brain somehow. Mama, you might be able to help with that. I was able to cast Lesser Restoration, but that only worked for a short amount of time. They mentioned that whatever's there was just absolute evil, though. So I think we should be prepared.
They also did confirm, just to back up you, they also did confirm that it was also, as you said, the tomb for Brinax, the Dark Knight, which I know that you all have been looking for.
Well,
Oh,
we
wow.
can't go in there without a party member. We need to find Chad first.
I would
How do we do
agree.
But where?
Wow.
Where's
We need to figure out
Vox?
somebody who can scry.
Darn.
I can go ask around.
I'll ask Ligda. Whatever. What's her name?
Ligma.
Ligma.
Lick my balls.
No.
Jeez.
And we'll be back next week with a new DM, everybody.
Yeah, this is actually officially mutiny.
Everybody say goodbye to Zach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Final way.
Okay, you guys gonna just fuck around in this world that I created for hours.
Zach, what are your
making me come
final
up
words
drugs.
before you go unconscious?
I think you're just mad
For
that
you go unconscious.
I just think you're still
Gas
bitter
starts
about
pouring in
Matt
the room.
telling the purple worm to leave, and it did.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed about that.
But what is her name again?
Liaga.
Liaga. Like, I will talk to Liaga. I'm sure she has
Like
connections. in the
Lady
city.
Gaga, but without the A and D.
Liaga.
Liaga.
Like you're
Gotcha.
drunk trying to say Lady Gaga.
Yeah. You know, the one that goes rah rah, like, yeah.
Little monsters.
I'll go talk to her and see if
So
she
we're
knows anybody.
Just gonna
about
ask
that.
around if
Well,
anybody sees.
They,
I'm asking in
they
here.
also-
It's a private place.
they also, Drake also mentioned a name, somebody that I think was helping him, Kane Sandwalker. He said to try and connect with them. I'm sure Liaga would probably be able to help us find them, but something that makes me a little uncomfortable is that once again, it's going to put us in a position of probably having to deal with another gang. And I know that has gone only so well for us in the past, because Kane is the leader of the Desert Sons.
Not as bad as what I've heard you describe the Hanged Men to be, but they're definitely not savory types, loves.
Well,
Not all
we,
gangs are bad.
we can all defend ourselves. What?
That seems like our
What?
biggest.
I was part of a gang. I led a gang.
The
Yeah.
Silver Steps?
Nah, no, it's not Silver Steps.
Hmm.
Me and May had a gang. Don't worry about it.
We did. It was fun. So
If Chad was
or
here.
what do we think is the priority here, you guys?
Well, Chad, we can't go up against a demon evil.
But how though?
We gotta find him.
We'll talk to the matron of the Mirage, see if she knows anybody who can scry or any leads on this Kane Sandwalker. And we can do two things at once.
Maybe
if-
it's
if
connected
she's the
somehow.
part of source.
I think we just cut our losses at this point.
What
No.
in the fuck?
Listen,
Wait.
guys, there's plenty of drugs here for everybody to do for a long time.
Just stay
You can
here.
just forget this ever happened.
Rosie, did you have something to say?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
If I know that maybe Chad's protected from divination,
Uh-huh.
but that might not necessarily mean that his captors protected themselves.
Mhm.
Do you think it's plausible that maybe Morton, do you recall anything that you could have me look for on them, and that gives us at least one step closer?
Well, they
Was
had
there
a
any
bright blue gem that was the use for the teleportation.
a bright blue gem?
It was kind of shaped. I mean, it was nicely shaped. Was it like finely? Was it like? Did
Actually,
it look
looked-
more rock-like, or did
Yeah,
it look
it
more?
did look more rock-like. It did not look cut. However, I would say just because you know how, I mean, you're arcane in nature, you know what Rose is capable of, you know what locate object does. To look for something even more specific would probably be like their shield that had the logo of, because if she just looks for a blue gem, especially one that she's not seen before, in a city
Yeah.
like Syldeera, she's probably going to find a few. But a shield with the symbol of Tayaroth, that's going to be a more unique thing to find for sure.
Well, there was a symbol of Tayaroth on one of the shields of the
Hmm.
people that kidnapped him. You can maybe try and locate that.
Yeah, I could
Um,
try. Just
there
to
was-
just to test the theory at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we know that they're just protecting themselves as well. Okay, I'm gonna think real hard about a
I
Tayaroth
is there-
shield.
If there's pen and paper or like quill and paper in the room, I would have drawn the symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was able to identify it, I assume I'd be able to like recall it and
sure.
draw it down. Also, I feel that paper, and it's a crisp papyrus.
Yeah. I love how you knew how to use minor illusion to throw your voice, but used a pen and paper to write the symbol of Tayaroth.
I would say halfway through, like he's about to finish it, and just goes and puts the symbol up next to him.
And I look at Morton and I say, I'm 274 years old. I know what the symbol of Tayaroth is.
I don't. You
And I
didn't.
kiss his forehead.
Oh, but it's cute, Morton. You
I
feel
just
cute.
liked
Morton, you feel
how
speechless.
Morton, I just liked how into that paper you were. You're such an old soul.
Yeah, the paper. I was super into the paper because it's night, and my hand is still just rubbing it.
As you cast that spell, you get a ping.
There's a ping.
About 100 feet away from you.
Oh my god.
Let's book it.
Lead us there, Rosie.
No. Wait.
Follow your nose.
Wait.
What do you wait for? What?
You wanted us to do this.
They teleported away. This could mean that they're coming back to harm us, or someone's watching us.
Yeah, so buck up. Let's go.
Yeah, we gotta go get him then.
What
are we gonna do? Just hide?
Get your head in the game.
You gotta get your head in the game.
You see Morton get convinced.
I'm re-mutining. I'm doubling down. I'm gonna veto
All right,
mutiny.
everybody put your hands in. Go Wildcats!
All right, listen. You all start to run out the door. As you get close to the door, you see Morton, especially recognizes it, a flash of blue energy. And as you rush out the door, you see Chad unconscious on the ground outside of the establishment.
Excuse me?
Is there anybody else there?
As like energy like fades out of existence, like very clearly they had having just teleported away.
Redirect.
I'll run up and cure wounds on Chad.
Chad is not hurt at all.
Does anybody have?
You said he was
counters?
unconscious.
I'll just shake him.
I did.
That's not Chad.
You go up, you try to shake him, nothing happens.
Are they breathing? Are they alive?
He seems to be breathing, yeah.
I check on a birthmark that I know Chad has on his lower back.
If
It is
anyone
there.
would know.
It is there.
Is this a Stranger Things situation? That's not Will.
Yeah.
Can I dump my water canteen over his face?
Nothing happens except
Oh,
he
no.
almost drowns.
Oh shit.
Do it again. Do it
Sorry,
again.
Do I
Chad.
have it?
He's
No, don't do it
unconscious,
again.
but he's not hurt.
Yeah, unconscious doesn't mean you have to be at 0 hit points.
He's sleepy.
This halfway solves one of our problems.
I run back inside.
Go fight that monster now.
and go
We can
to.
Bernie's it.
I get. Does anybody have any smelling salts?
I have some
Salt.
bugs.
No one says anything.
Smelling salts. There's a lot of like perfume smells that is smelling salts. There have to be some. Can I?
What are you
buy them
talking
off-
about, Morton?
Sorry. I'm inside. I ran inside. The
I ran
mirage.
after you. What are you talking about, Morton?
Have you ever made someone not unconscious with smelling salts before?
What are you? Liaga kind of approaches and she looks at you. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, smelling salts, like you crack them in front of somebody's nose.
Never
Crack
heard of such a
I'm
thing.
so
Like
sorry.
an egg?
That doesn't. Do you have incense?
Yes, we have incense. You has their hand raised.
I guess like while hanging around Chad's body, trying to do some like checkdowns of casting detect magic.
Okay. You cast detect magic. It's weird
Mm-hmm.
because you cast detect magic on things that you can see, right? So
Oh,
when you
God.
cast detect magic, Chad is a very muscular man, and is very athletic.
Ooh.
Therefore, multiple veins of theirs are pretty visible.
Oh, sure.
In the area where you can see like visible veins of Chad, you see a sparkling of magical energy.
Oh.
And it is specifically, I think it's evocation magic.
Chad's doing steroids.
Let me double check.
Yeah.
Nobody's that cut.
It is actually enchantment magic.
Oh.
I could take a closer look, maybe see if it's a spell that's affecting Chad.
Yeah.
They don't have any smelling salts. I've checked.
Skibidi-bip. And I'll cast. If we don't have time, I'll cast it instead of ritual.
I mean,
if there's any spells,
Morton, he can question the existence of items in a fantasy world for upwards of 10 minutes. So you definitely have
for 10 minutes. He asks about smelling salts and then tell him what smelling salts are.
Morton,
but
no one knows.
The thing is they start getting really into it. They're like, we really should. This should be a thing. Smelling salts sound like a thing, but that's
what a great idea.
Especially at a bar with a bunch of like people go unconscious here all the time. Like we should have these.
There's a salt mine in Gorol. I'll take you to Morton.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. I mean, I won't make you use a spell slot for it. You cast Identify. This is not a spell that you are familiar with. It is very similar to a sleep spell. Chad is under the effects of a sleep spell, but it's more intense. With the Identify, you know that this is not a harmful sleep, and you also know that it is not a permanent sleep. With Identify, you know exactly pretty much what's going on with it. In 48 hours, Chad will be conscious again.
Oh my god.
4d8 or 48?
48 as in 2 days.
Got it.
Chad,
I think Chad
is unconscious.
Chad's gonna be okay,
hours.
but he'll wake up in about 2 days, but he'll be okay.
Okay.
Is anybody else concerned that one, Chad was kidnapped, but then two, they immediately gave him back?
Does Chad have the amulet?
Chad does not have the amulet.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Make an insight check, Rosie.
Okay.
The significance of the amulet was, we all know.
Didn't it give Chad the birthright to the kingdom?
Nope.
I think
it was a +1 to his AC, and was just an amulet that he was born with. Like he was discovered with it. As far as those
maybe
two things,
it's Maewyn.
Yeah. What
I got a 26.
Ooh, is that nat 20?
No, it was a 19 plus 7.
Okay, with a 26. And Rosie immediately, and Angie is the player, but Rosie as well was immediately like, what's going on here? With a 26, the amulet is gone. Yes. Or at least not visible, what you can currently see. But how do I phrase this as an insight check? There is another reason that they would have given Chad back to you, and specifically given Chad back to you unconscious. And with the 26, I'll just flat out say it.
Yeah.
You have a feeling that Chad is basically a human or a half-elf bug. Like they have bugged your party, but
Good.
with Chad.
Good.
Oh,
He's a
and maybe
mole.
that's why the sparkly veins are happening?
The sparkly veins are the sleep spell.
Oh.
That's the sleep spell going through the sparkly veins. But you have so you start thinking that with the 26. You like start kind of like, well, do you investigate Chad?
Well, I think that if I would, with like the sinking feeling in my stomach of like why, I think I probably would start like, caring for him and like trying to like hold him upright, but all the while like feeling for the amulet or feeling like around his person.
Roll an investigation check, and I'm gonna say at advantage, like use their also kind of like dissecting thing. So is Cuinn.
I got a dirty 20, 19 plus 1.
Dirt one.
I'm rolling good today.
In Chad's abdomen,
Chabdomen.
you see a section of skin that, with a dirty 20, when a cut is magically healed, it doesn't leave a scar.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't look like someone's just been cut. But a proprietor of healing divination magic, or divine magic, which is what you are, can tell when skin has been magically grafted together. There's often like no pores on that part of the skin. There's often, if there is hairs, they're like of a different color, much shorter, or there's just like, there's signs that you can look out for. There is a section of Chad's abdomen that seems to have been recently magically healed.
Do I know that if okay, hey, I'm not a surgeon, but would I know if I can cut into parts like that? Even if it's already been magically healed, like it can be re-injured?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's still
Okay.
skin, yeah.
Hey, Cuinn, do you remember that one time that I asked, or that I gave you my knife?
Ben's muted.
I have it in my inventory as Rosie's special knife.
Can I borrow that real quick? You can
All right, well,
keep it.
listen,
I don't
Rosie,
need it
I
back.
think
No!
I might. Maybe we shouldn't
He's
do this in the middle of the
compromised.
street.
Okay.
Is that crazy to say
No,
out loud?
it's not. I'm sorry.
Wait, do what in the middle of the street? I thought we were
Chad's
just holding.
been
Stab Chad.
compromised.
We're gonna cut open
Well,
Chad.
yeah,
Good
we
to see
do.
ya.
We do have a private room. We could just.
Ow.
I think we should. Yes, you
Yeah.
is. Think of you. Chad, like,
But if he's bugged, then why would we bring him into
I
like,
prefer call it
somebody's
mold.
place?
I mean, we just
Wait,
don't.
bugged? When did we say what?
It's
Where
mold.
the
Is
Is
fuck
that what you
is this?
said?
Vox
Isn't
catches
that what
more
you
than
said? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rosie
Chad
said.
Chad has been compromised,
Well,
and
if,
therefore we have been compromised.
if they dropped him off here, then they already know that we're here. We
It's
may as
true.
well just take him inside for a second.
Yeah.
Good point.
I'll
Alright.
drag all as much as I
I'll
can,
try.
just like pull Chad's
Rosie
arm.
really struggles with taking Chad in, but then everybody else helps. It's nice. And Rosie's just kind of like touching Chad as you all walk in.
Okay, over here, over here.
I've been working out. Let me take him.
You
Gordon
all
doesn't
carefully
let you
and
do that.
gently. People aren't used to seeing unconscious bodies in this establishment, especially if they're being taken care of by their friends. So you walk into the private room. You're able to lay this individual, Chad, lay Chad down in the pillows, much more comfortable, much cleaner than just the sand. And Vox looks over at you, Rosie, and says, "Are you sure you're feeling up to this?"
Yes, I studied medicine with
Right,
the temple for a very
Okay.
long time,
of
and I
course.
think that I could do this.
Right.
Wait,
Yes.
You're gonna cut into him?
Just in this part, and I show them where it looks like he might have been magically healed, which means that he could have some sort of something in there.
Well,
I'll
no,
play you
that's
some surgery music.
Remarkably so.
Thank you.
I'll be ready with a cure wounds.
If that doesn't
Okay.
work, I've
How
also
about-
got a healer's
How about
kit.
you save your spell slots and I can use my lay on hands.
Okay.
I
What's
also,
a spell slot?
Oh my
I mean,
god.
we
Meta.
understand that there's a limited number of spells we can
Yes,
cast.
yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Probably frame it like around like save your energy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
save your first level energy.
Yeah.
I
I will inspire Rosie with Bardic Inspiration.
I would definitely say, with all of the help that you're getting from people, this is at advantage. We'll go ahead and roll a medicine check at advantage with the inspiration.
I love that. And then inspiration is a D8, you said?
D8 if you want to use it, otherwise you have it for 10 minutes.
Well, this is Chad, and so I am, even though I rolled pretty decently.
I'm picturing the people who are listening in. They're just like they're playing music for some reason.
I got a 26.
That's funny. A 26. That's funny. And yeah, you cast 26.
Yes, 26.
Listen,
26 knives.
Emily and I went to go see Way of the Water last night at 10:45 p.m., which means we got home at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh my
Yeah, we
god.
did.
And then got up to go see family for Christmas, so I'm tired. But
Was there any water in it?
So as I'm going to continue my conversation, not stopping, nothing happened. But the 26, easily enough, deftly with small little gnomish hands, Rosie is able to
Just take this kid.
you cut into Chad's abdomen.
I faint.
Flint faints. Vox catches him and lowers him to the ground.
Chill.
And inside, right underneath the surface of the skin of Chad, is a small red round ruby.
Nice, good find.
I have an idea, folks, and I see if I can cover it to see if that will help sound or anything. I've got an idea, folks. Do we want to take this and put it on somebody else here?
No.
What?
Or we
Would that
can
put them in
smash it.
danger?
Well, no, then they know.
Yeah, they better. Don't mess with us.
I can put it in the bag of holding.
That means they'll
Ooh.
try again. Will
Or
that,
plant it on somebody. I love that.
that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying to do. Good.
Aw.
That's a good suggestion, Quinn.
The bag, yeah.
Hmm.
Someone else will be in danger.
I think we should
I
put it in
mean,
the
we
bag
don't
of
know.
holding.
May
No,
you
no.
cast Cure Wounds?
You was gonna use lay on
Oh, yes.
hands.
I do
You-
that.
Okay, cool. So Chad the ruby is taken out. Morton is covering it in his hands right now. Chad is healed by you. Whoever healed Chad the first time did not do as good of a job. You is able to make the skin come together in a much more seamless way.
An artist. My baby is an artist.
But yeah, so I just want to make sure Chad was good. And I'll say with the 26 medicine check, Chad takes no points of damage. It is a very in and out procedure.
That went much smoother than a lot of my past ones.
That's scary that we did this on somebody who's really close to us on
Yeah.
this one. That's really terrifying.
It was very scary. I was shaking the whole
Good
time.
job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That was great.
What if
Steady.
we just
Kitchen
Very well
knife.
done, Rosie.
what if we just left the ruby here? Or like
Yeah.
buried it in the sand?
It has to
could-
move.
I
Put
could,
it on one of those scorpions.
well, I could put it on my steed and just have it run into the desert.
What about your steed?
Don't you
Well,
need your
it's a-
steed?
It's a spirit horse. It's a spirit horse. So,
Oh,
Oh.
well then
That's a
wouldn't
good
it-
idea.
Wouldn't it stay on
That is
the
a good idea.
spirit? if
Have
it
you
came
cast
back to
Phantom
you?
Steed yet?
because we
Oh, you did?
done it before.
Because
Oh,
it was
yeah, 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 that's right,
it was
that's
the
right.
like knight's horse, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Would it? I mean, wouldn't
You-
it stay attached if you gave it to the steed? If it's a spirit,
Well,
would
it'll
it disappear?
disappear eventually.
They can
Or I
probably
could-
hear what we're
And then it'll
saying.
yeah. Do it. You.
You think your hands are magic?
I don't know how this fucking works.
I know my hands are magic, according to you.
Maybe we should put it in the bag of holding while we talk about what to do with it.
Yeah.
I think we just decided. I think the phantom horse will take it
Well,
out
but now
into the
they
desert.
know.
But we're
Now
definitely
they
not going to
know.
do that
Yeah,
now.
we're not going to do that.
How do they?
Yeah, we're definitely not going to do
They can
that.
We're
hear
now.
not doing that.
We're gonna find
They
another
can hear
plan.
us out of the ruby.
You
Did we
don't know.
establish
None
they
of-
can hear?
No,
I was
none
like,
of none of you know how this works. No, you're just,
Yeah.
this is all off guesses.
Whoever's
I would assume
whoever's
it's a
listening,
tracker.
we're definitely not going to do that. Okay.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's go do that.
We still need to figure out if the ruby, if placed on the spirit,
I'm going
will
to cast
stay
Identify on the
spirit.
ruby.
Good call. I hold it up like that.
I don't know
You
why. I
guys
didn't think about
identify
that.
on the
Sorry,
ruby.
everybody. My bad.
Rosie is correct. This ruby does not allow them to see and or hear what is going on. However, it not only is very easily like trackable, it is kind of like a locate object spell is not needed to track this. This item sends a signal
Like an
to yeah.
So I
Quinn,
think this
play me
idea
out.
is good.
Great. That's awesome. Well, so if you put an object on your steed, will
Morton, I can't believe you're asking that when you rides the steed.
Right, I'm saying you can get off it. If we attach a jewel
Oh,
to
without
the
you,
steed,
I understand.
yes,
I understand.
will the
Without
jewel
you being
come
there.
back if it disappears?
I mean, it's capable of.
Oh, that's a good point.
It wouldn't come
Eh.
back.
It would just the steed would poof and then the ruby would be there, but we would not be there.
Correct.
Now that
So
I've
we're-
heard
Or
we're-
you put it on some drunk guy.
people who are reading, yeah, all of that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter just as long as it's moving because it's.
I like
What
the
did you say?
steed.
It's sending a signal.
We don't want to put it on.
It gets it further away too if it's the steed. A drunk guy's not going to go very far.
What if we put the drunk guy on the steed?
No, see now
That
now
feels
we're getting into murder.
unnecessary.
Now we're getting into
Yeah,
murder
that's murder.
territory.
That's
Funny.
That's murder.
That's
We need to talk.
No.
I feel like we need to like have a conversation.
yeah. I'm
Seemingly, this horse can go forever away from me and still exist. I can only communicate with it while it's within a mile.
Yes,
That's
that is
kind,
Oh,
correct.
I
kind
see.
of
Send it in
sad,
the
though.
opposite direction.
Send it
Alright.
forever away.
Yeah.
then all right.
It would
when-
only so basically
Forever.
so you doesn't know how they know this, but you does know the specifics of their abilities. And yeah, basically you is correct. The steed would just continue going, and the steed would not disappear until you resummoned them
Or died.
or died.
I think that's our best option. Just
now that we have all named that and said it out loud, that feels great. Which direction do we want to send it? Any
I'll go find a drunk. I'll go find a drunk.
No, we're not.
I'll
Gonna,
be back. I'll be back.
that's
Okay,
how
so we have to make sure that we've sent this gym away before Cuinn comes back. So.
Yes.
I'm still here. I'm not gonna
for
show you guys.
Nah.
Oh, you got me.
Where do we think? Which direction?
we should
That way.
The
we should
opposite
send
of
it.
where we're going.
We should send it west or no south maybe because that's the opposite direction of where we're gonna head.
Perhaps, I mean.
Let me take a look at the map.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should send it back to. Listen, loves. This is 100% your decision. But someone that would be something that would be believable is sending the steed back towards Forland.
It's
Mm,
true.
That's a good idea.
I agree.
Let's do it.
Because the thing is they already know
Yeah.
that his mother and sister are there. That they were in his house. If what you have described to me is what I was able to deduce from looking at the scene of the crime at Chad's mother's house, then these elves have teleported in there. They've seen them. They know where they live. So a believable direction that Chad would be heading is back to Falland.
But what if that
Yeah.
sends the bad people to Falland, and then they will maybe do something to Chad's family? if they
Tell
can't
your
find
horse to
Chad?
veer off right at the last second.
I feel like what and that's definitely a possibility, and I think it's valid.
They
But
could
I
already
just-
be bad things. to-
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like their
Mhm.
focus is Chad.
Well, but then what do we do with Chad? Can he go in your lamp? Can he? Because we can't carry him. Could we carry him
I
around
can make him
in the
small for a
cigar
minute.
lounge?
This
It's not long
You always
enough.
suggest that.
No, you
Alright,
can't.
yeah,
Can't, my cigar lounge is off limits.
People
no,
keep
so-
trying to get into Matt's cigar.
Is this-
Lounge.
It's under
the most
The
renovation.
hottest
exclusive
club in
club.
town
Is
is,
it off
Matt's
limits?
Cigar Lounge.
Is it off limits magically, or are you just not letting anybody in it?
We're just doing some renovation, so
No,
I'm gonna
that's
say in
not-
4 levels or so we'll have our grand opening.
What's a level?
I see.
Stop
I
it.
see.
The DM is not going to allow any more meta. You're going to
Well-
get de-inspiration.
We can
Oh no.
carry him as best as we can. He can just look like a drunk. I don't know. I've got a disguise kit. We can
Put him on a
we
horse.
can do that.
Right.
Yes, but
Yeah.
not the steed that was
Right,
sending.
so now my question is
No.
for you, loves. Are you going to wait here in the city for 2 days? Or are we going to go check out that town?
How far away is
We
the
should-
temple?
I think
Well,
we
we have
should
to
go look,
find Kane to, yeah.
Right.
look to your brother to see if there's anything that can be done there.
Mhm.
Be my next point to go to. And
I
then
think that
maybe-
makes sense.
We can find
maybe
Kane without Chad.
make preparations then to head towards the temple.
I think so.
I think that's a good idea. I actually also think that we could leave Chad with Drake. Drake is.
I was wondering that too. I think it's got to be powerful magic because I think most elves don't sleep at all. They just
Correct. It almost seems as like, especially with the identify spell that you cast on, like as you says that, this seems like a magical spell created by elves for elves. Like, who knows? It could have been a wholesome, like, like go to sleep kind of a thing.
yeah.
Ambient.
This was made by elves for elves. You can guarantee its efficiency.
Elvian.
But it is elvish magic for sure.
Ambient does sound like an elvish word. So.
It does. It does. You're right. Okay, so you all start to take Chad to Driggs. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. And we send off the ruby on the steed.
Yep.
Okay. What's the steed's name again? Did we establish a name?
I think I just called it. If Sir Thomas's horse had a name that I knew, then I would name it that. If
It's
Sir Thomas's horse does not have a name, then I would name it Sir Thomas.
Buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
I'm gonna allow you to decide what Sir Thomas would have named this horse, including Sir Thomas, because I think that would be funny if Sir Thomas's horse was also named.
Was named Sir Thomas.
It was a problem whenever they called Sir Thomas because both of them would go.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
So
Yeah, I'll think about that.
okay, yeah, but yeah. So anyway,
You can name it you.
Good. That would be weird.
YOU.
Thomas, Sir, you.
What are the odds?
So the horse is sent galloping away from Syldeera towards the city of Falland with a bright red ruby in their satchel. The rest of the party is taking Chad's unconscious body to Drake Hardscales to learn more about where this temple is. And that is where we'll take a little bio break.
Sounds like a pretty good fucking
Bio
Friday night.
Wow.
Did you say something, Cuinn? Sorry.
I said bio break.
I'm sorry to make you repeat that. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Well, you know what? Stand up, stretch, make sure you hydrate, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Bio
I won't.
break.
Listen, welcome back. I'd say what was just said before we started, but we'd get banned. So
It
happy to
does
see
violate
all of
Twitch's
you.
terms of service.
It does. So happy to see all of you. Just know it was not disparaging towards anyone.
Gonna put us on the map.
Welcome back from the break. Our party has just sent off a ruby on a magic horse towards a different city.
I love this game.
Let's get back to some serious matters.
And they are drunk uncling their unconscious friend across the city to a dragonborn that has a mental curse on him. So this is Dungeons and Dragons, and this is Sharp Persons. Okay, so you're all making your way towards the city, or towards the house. As all of you are making your way, and Vox and you are kind of like leading the way back to Drake's place, you look around when you feel it, and you don't see anybody, but all of you at separate occasions just kind of feel as if you're being watched. And you like turn and look, and you look all around, and even nat 20 perception checks are rolled, and you just don't see anybody. And you don't notice anybody, but it feels as if you're being watched, all of you, at least once on this journey. It's just something to note.
I wish I could have rolled on that.
Um,
Perhaps a nat 20.
Stop it. Everyone
so
stop it.
as
Everyone
you
be mature.
continue towards this location, Vox turns to all of you as you get close and says, all right, let's listen. So you has met my brother. he has been different ever since he escaped the temple or tomb or whatever it is below this city, and I just need you to know that and be kind. And yeah, that's all really. So anyway, he turns over and he knocks on the door. Drig, my love, brother, it's me. Fox, my friend Hugh is back. And like as he's like finishing his sentence, Drig opens up the door. And just to remind you what Drig looks like, because he's such a cutie. You see this blue dragonborn thin with spectacles on his face. The only resemblance you really see towards him and Vox is the green hair that kind of protrudes from the back of Drig's skull. And he looks at all of you and just kind of tilts his head and says, "Too many people, not enough seats," and he shuts the door.
Yeah.
Vox, all right. And Vox just kind of opens the door and walks in, and he's Drake says, Drake doesn't say anything. Drake just continues to like kind of like go around the piles. All of you, as you walk in, you see a not disheveled. It's not like a dirty place, but it is a very messy place. You see various piles of all kinds of things. You see, studious supplies, like you see parchments and quills and books, and but they're all just kind of strewed about at different locations. Drake currently is in the kitchen. Looks like he is making himself tea. Probably it doesn't seem there's no steam coming out of the kettle. You probably think it's probably the exact same tea that has been there for a while. But as you all walk in, Morton,
based on Yu's information about like what was going on with Trig and all that stuff, I would personally find the like piles of things in the room like to be very interesting, and I want to investigate to see if there's a pattern to anything that he's been doing in that room.
As you go over to one of the piles, he immediately walks over and like slaps at your hand. No piles are not for you. Piles are for Drig. You are a stranger. Strangers know no piles, and piles know no strangers.
I look at him and just go, no stranger.
Stranger.
Friend.
Stranger.
Friend.
Friend, no piles.
Friend, no piles. Well, I am stranger.
Sense.
Do you say
Stranger, no
piles?
No
piles?
No piles, no Drig. Drig, no piles.
Oh, what the hell are we talking about?
If I can investigate from like standing and like looking at patterns or anything that I can find.
You look at looking at the top of each pile, you're not really able to discern anything. It seems completely haphazard.
Are there any shapes to the way the piles are set up, or are they just literally like on the floor?
Roll an investigation check for me. Flint. Vox looks at you and is like, my brother, he doesn't really, as I explained, he's been different since everything happened. He kind of takes in information and divulges information in a very different manner.
Does that explain what Morton was talking about?
I think Morton was just trying to communicate, perhaps, with Drig on his level.
Bad. I'm just catching.
No, I was just never be afraid.
Trying to learn the language beyond this curse is kind of what I'm trying to do, so we can decipher anything.
Never be afraid to ask questions. Flint.
Hey, Driggs.
26, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you rolled.
No, it's gonna take him some time to look at all this stuff. So, what were we gonna say, Cuinn?
Hey, Driggs, do you like music? You have a favorite song?
Music goes by in the air as the notes float down from the pair, and the pair is the two of you. And he points to Maewyn and Cuinn.
Oh.
This guy seems really sensible to me.
Very good. I got it.
You should play, Cuinn.
Yeah, I'll take out the conductor's wand.
Okay.
Just
Fly to the Valkyries.
Yeah, some soft
The
light
most
music.
imposing thing.
Some happy
We've
soft.
canonically said that Cuinn only knows fly. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I know. That's
But
why
it's
I
happy
love.
and soft.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And as that's happening, you actually see that Drake is just kind of like nodding his head along to the rhythm of the music and just humming along with it every once in a while, but not really saying anything.
If there's any
go ahead.
opportunity while investigating, while he does that, can I notice if he's distracted or not enough to like maybe stick a hand and lift something if there's something that I can do without causing too much
I mean,
attention?
you can certainly try.
Great. Can I use my 26 investigation to try?
No, but you can roll a sleight of hand check.
I will. You know what? In addition to that, I will do that. Oh, terrible! 13.
13.
Well, not terrible, but not
Drig
great.
actually does not notice. But as you start going through the piles, Vox grabs your hand and says, "Listen, love, I understand what you're doing, but let's not infuriate him more than we need to. Have some respect for his boundaries."
All right.
Thank you. And as he releases, and you're kind of looking at him, you like, in this moment of taking a look back with a 26, Drig has outfitted his room and these piles in a way that it does form a shape. I can't believe you caught on to that. And it
Come on, the
is...
second you said he was organizing piles, Evan was like, "That's a pattern. How is Morton going to find that pattern?" And then you told us.
And basically, you can like see there's like smaller piles at the bottom that kind of end at a point. They're like they form like these little triangles, and you see this, and it just immediately just like kind of comes to you. It's just like you see this image of a giant. It looks like, the way you're looking at all the piles, a skull, but it has one eye.
Oh, fuck.
And right in the middle of the eye, where the eye would be, is a bright red pillow.
You son of a bitch. Sorry, that's Evan the character. Or Evan the character.
Evan the
I am
character.
And the character.
I'm just playing myself every day.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Morton. I'm trying to determine if Morton would know what this is. I'm
He would
guessing
not.
no. Yeah.
You notice it's a skull, and you know that Cyclops exists.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what you get. You definitely, like, a chill goes up your spine, and that feeling of someone watching you comes back.
Mm-hmm. I quickly like glance about just to see if anybody's watching.
People seem just kind of. I mean, yeah, I don't know. People are. You're in public, so it's like depends on what you're gonna do.
Vox, does your brother or you have any? You have any bestiary books or books about uncommon creatures or mythological creatures? Anything?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think he's not really. He's more into history in the past and stuff like that.
Well,
It's
myth
not really
must be
his
a part of that
purview.
somewhere. Do you have any?
Me?
Yeah. Do
Or
you have any books like that?
No, I don't have any books like that. No.
Does
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay. Oh. 11.
Okay.
Does anybody have any books on like uncommon beasts or bestiary or beings or anything? Any of us?
I know about animals.
Okay. What does and like I know I can't do it right, but I like minor illusion the shape of what I'm imagining in my head with the skull and the one eye.
Mm-hmm.
I go, does anybody know anything about what this might be?
All of you see a skull with one eye. You all know that there are certain creatures in this world. It looks like a humanoid skull. You know of Cyclops, but but it just looks like a skull with one eye. And
Is
the
it
eye's
missing an
red.
eye, or does it have like an eye?
It's got this. I mean, it's got this like red. It's a red eye. I think. I don't. Maybe it might be pink. It might be something. But red.
Is
something.
it in like the middle of the head, or is it like off center?
It's clearly an eye socket, and there's like a red. I mean, it's just a pillow from what you saw, so you don't know if it's a red eyeball or if it's like a red like light that's coming. But it is
Okay.
an
But
eye
just one,
socket
not
with
like
red.
there's not like an empty
For-
one or anything.
From my
one empty eye socket.
I'll say for my minor illusioning, it probably looks more like an eye. Since I don't know what, since Morton doesn't
for sure,
know what
yeah.
it is.
So what Morton makes is a large skull with one eye socket, and within that eye socket is a large, just bulbous red eye.
Anybody?
And other
haven't
than
seen
other than
anything.
maybe a cyclops, like nothing really comes to.
Anybody?
Maybe that red ruby we just sent away. Put that on that pillow, and we unlock the secrets.
As soon as Drig like looks over when you've cast this illusion, Drig just starts screaming and starts like backing up.
I like do this and like get rid of it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And then Vox like runs over to him and like grabs him and like starts to calm him down. Drig is just
maybe now's the time to try.
Brenex is death.
Some of those healing
Spirit.
Hold on.
Yes, do it. You.
What?
Can you cast lesser restoration?
No, I think Mom, now is the time to try.
Oh yes.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't. I forgot that.
I'll run over as if I'm comforting him, and cast. I purposely didn't send another sending spell so I could cast Remove Curse at third level.
Okay. So you walk over and you look in Drake's eyes, and you can see what you saw last session. You see that there is something behind his eyes, like a fog that's almost behind the actual color of his eyes. It's a very strange sensation, and he's looking around frantically, and his pupils are dilated, and your small hands just grab either side of his face.
Drig.
And he looks
Hello.
at you, and he like kind of pulls back a little bit, and as you're like calming him down, you use those words as the verbal component, and you speak this spell, and you feel a very bright, warm energy start to emit from your throat through the words that you say. And as if you turn the defrost on, you see this fog just like fade away from the back of his eyes.
That's such a good
And
visual.
and you feel the divine magic gifted to you by Dune purge something in him.
Be gone, demons!
And as he's looking at you, his pupils start to contract. His breathing slows, and his eyes well with tears, and he just begins to kind of quietly sob. And he
it's okay, buddy.
just tilts his head down, and immediately, I mean, he doesn't know you, but he just immediately digs his head into your shoulder and
I'll,
is just sobbing.
Hug his head.
Does that mean it worked?
Vox is quietly crying as well, not really like sobbing. There's no like physical sob. There's just like a steady stream of tears. And when Morton asks that, Drake kind of like lifts his head up and like takes his scaled hand and kind of wipes away the tears. Hello, all of you. My name is Drake Hardscales, and you, and he looks at Rosie, you've just done a wondrous thing. I feel like I can breathe for the first time in months. Thank you. And he looks over at you. I remember you. Did you... Are you... And he's like trying to see like who did this, like who put this all together, and he just kind of like accepts everything and just says like, thank all of you. And he looks over at Morton. It worked. I don't know. And he kind of looks over at you and then looks over towards Rosie. The last time they were able to help me, it felt temporary to them. Do you have that same feeling?
No. I think this is pretty permanent. Just don't go getting yourself cursed again, mister.
I should sure try not to. Thank you. And he just kind of bends down and gives you a big squeeze.
As he's putting me down after the squeeze, which I squeeze back, I'll look at him in his little eyes, his little spectacles, and I'll put my spectacles in. And I'll say, well, I know this may be hard for you, and I want to remain sensitive to what you've been through, but you were reacting quite strongly to the image of this creature that my friend Morton here was trying to figure out what it was. And I understand, again, that this may be hard, but we are a team who is trying to find answers to some of this continent's problems, and maybe you could be of help to us if you're willing. Obviously, no danger will come to you, hopefully.
I appreciate your kindness and patience in your words. Morton?
Yes.
Could you show me the creature?
Yes, you did a very good job of creating it on the floor.
He kind of looks around. Oh, this place is a mess.
Yes, and I quickly just like take my fleece and do a and I just make it in my hand again.
He immediately kind of like takes a step back.
Did I do all right? But what is this?
And he kind of looks. He just immediately looks away.
Oops, sorry.
I'll hold his hand while he's doing it, so he knows he's not alone.
I can change it to how it looks if this isn't right. But did I get it right on the money here?
He's like answering you, Morton, but is like looking at Rosie and is like taking comfort in Rosie. And he says, "It wasn't an eyeball. It was just a deep red light that came."
I change it as he's speaking, and if everything he says, if it's a change, I'm like tweaking it with my other hand as if I were like a sculptor.
It was a light that seemed as if it was an eye. We went down into the temple, and actually, no, it was it did look like an eye. It did. I thought it was it began as a light. We saw it in the distance. We heard this deep laughter, something that shook me to my core. And we turned and we saw this red light approaching us. And the last thing I remember is seeing this, and he like describes it a little bit more efficiently. And what he describes to you,
please no,
is it looks a lot like this.
Son of
a transformer.
It's this like floating skull that has this huge red bulbous eye in the middle of an eye socket. The picture doesn't really show it, but it does have a bottom jaw of these just like sharp teeth. And
I tweak it to look
and
like that.
The last thing that he kind of describes is that there are several other floating red lights around its head.
And I, one by one, go.
And he like he dares a glance after describing all this, and then looks away pretty intently and says, "Yes, that's yes, that's
good." And I like show it to everybody real quick to like sear it in their mind of like.
It was about.
And then I vanish
5
very
feet
quickly.
tall.
Oh god.
It was a humongous skull, and as soon as he says that, Cuinn, you were muted. As soon as he says that, those of you who know what a cyclops is know that there is definitely no way this is a cyclops skull.
I mean, it's far too big for a cyclops.
It wasn't attached to anything else. It was floating, flying towards us.
Was it? But was it a living creature, or was it like a spell of some sort?
No, it was real. And I don't remember much. I just remember one of the lights around it flashing, and that's all I remember.
Hmm.
Can you remember anything else from your excavation prior to that?
Yes. There is a tomb of Brenex, the Dark Knight. Maybe you've heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That is where we discovered this entity. Something tells me that while it was not Brenex himself, it was a manifestation of him. But we saw 2 other items. One was this very ornate, keen dagger that seemed to have a hilt, as if it were to connect to something else. Maybe almost as if it was a spearhead. It had a very dark energy around it. And also the lens. There was the lens as well. And he reaches into his jacket and he pulls out a crystalline, basically like modern day, what looks like a contact lens made out of crystal. So it almost looks like maybe even a crystal bowl if you hold it in a certain way. And he says, this, I was able to get out with this. I don't remember what it was. It was an ancient language, the temple. Most of it was written in Celestial. And in my brief dealings with the ancient language, I roughly translated this to being Tool of the Seer.
Oh, we have one of those.
I was just gonna say, I look over at Rosie.
Oh boy. I already have glasses. I don't need.
I'm
That
guessing
says it's
these.
your tool.
I'm guessing these are more. This is a more magical in nature than your current spectacles.
Just looking at.
Oh boy. I'll
Well-
immediately look at you and like terrified. Like
Anything that helps us in this cause is worth exploring.
Drake.
I think it's okay, Mom.
Drake, this is my child, and they are a genius. And
I can sense the intelligence from here.
can I hold that, please? Is that okay?
Of course. And he hands you the lens. And what do you do with it?
Well, if it's a tool of the seer, I'm gonna see through it, and I'm gonna just hold it up to my. Oh, what?
Do you speak Celestial?
No.
There is a word engraved in this lens that is in a language that you do not understand.
Okay.
But you're looking at the lens and you can feel a power from this lens.
Can anybody read this?
Yeah, give me 10 minutes. No problem. Flip open my
Okay.
book.
I mean,
No one talked to me in 10 minutes.
What are you doing? Are you waving?
What are you waving at?
Flipping. Hey, everyone. I'm actually about to cast a ritual spell.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
Well, there's just nothing in your hands.
You don't see this big book?
Oh, that's right. You have this book. You mentioned that. Sorry.
What did I say about not
We
talking
all
to
have
me?
quirks.
What did I say about not talking to me?
What is language? I cast comprehend languages.
Okay. So you cast comprehend languages, and this is the celestial words. It's a phrase for "I see you."
Oh no.
I faint.
Rosie becomes a therapist through this session. That's all. That's what happens.
I see.
This means I see you, Celestial.
And if you say so just for comprehend languages, you can understand the language, but you can't speak it, right? Is that or can you speak it out loud?
I would say he can speak what he's seen with the spell, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine that tell me that if I'm thinking too hard about this, I would imagine that if it's a word, I have to say that word in Celestial.
You would.
And so I would need to hear
magic
him
items before, yeah.
I would need to hear the word.
I would say with the spell, with the aspect of this spell, he wouldn't be able to just start talking in Celestial, but with this spell active, if he were to read something, he can then say it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So he can do it auditorially, yeah.
So I'll try to copy, I'll hold this lens up and try to copy the pronunciation that he said of the celestial word, I see you.
Who are you looking at when you do that?
Uh-oh.
Probably Drig.
You look at Drig and you say the word, and Drig, you see this almost as if, in modern day we would think of as a scan, but you see this wave of energy,
how you know if he's an imposter or not?
Start from the bottom and just scroll up on Drig, and he is glowing somewhat ethereally through the lens, but you don't really notice anything else.
Then my next target, I would whip around and look at you.
You look at you. As that happens, and you
God.
say, "I see you," you see that on you's right hand is a white metal gauntlet.
Oh. And then I'll take it down to just make sure that it wasn't there before, because
it's not there.
They've
when
been up to a lot of stuff, and I don't know. They're
Maybe
a sophomore in
gauntlet.
college now. And I'll put back up and be like, "Oh, you! I love your little glove there. Great. I see your little glove. Very cute.
Rosie,
Are you asleep?
You?
Oh, are they frozen?
Ian? Are they frozen?
I hope they're frozen.
I know. I can see their chest moving. I think that they lost sleep.
Ian!
Ian?
Ian! Oh God!
Listen, we've all been there, bud.
Sorry, the heat's back on again.
Hey, listen,
That was amazing.
You're so
you're frozen.
I'm just glad you're okay.
I was got a little worried.
This could go one of two ways.
Okay, you're totally
so funny.
You're so fine. First of all, please, you're totally fine. So what happened is Rosie lifted up the lens and looked at you, and she saw she saw that through the lens you were wearing a white metal gauntlet on your right hand.
And I said, "Oh, I like your glove."
Oh, glove.
Yeah, you look down and you don't see anything.
You have a little white glove on in this lens, or it's a metal glove. Very cool.
I've seen shimmers of that. I think that's the sign of Torm. Or maybe Sir Thomas.
You already got merch. That's cool.
Do you look at anyone else?
See anything else?
Well, now that I've seen something, if I hadn't seen anything on you, I'd be like, well, this is defective.
Yeah.
But I'll look at I think my next would be Morton the Vishar to see what the heck
boy.
a Vishar is.
Swear to God.
You look at Morton, and you remember specifically what the seer is supposed to do. The seer, and this tool for the seer, as you remember from the writings that you found, is to help the seer find chosen. When you look at Morton, on Morton's face, you see them wearing a neutral blank white mask.
Ah!
Oh, I don't like that. I don't.
Yeah, I
what?
knew it.
No, hold on. What did you see? What's going on?
Get him.
You.
Well, hang on now.
You shut your sexy mouth.
Oh.
You look a little bit closer as you look looking at the lens. Morton is not wearing a white mask. Morton's head is a skull. And on that skull's eyes is a small black, almost like thief mask.
Oh my God, he's like a little raccoon.
What? What? Does that mean a Vishar can turn into a raccoon?
Do you describe this to everyone?
Yeah.
You and all their studies with all these banished deities. This is a symbol of someone very near and dear to this party's heart. This is the symbol of mask.
Mask, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So your head looks like a symbol of mask. And I can do that too. And I minor illusion
Yep.
the like skull symbol. This is what you look like, Morton, when I look into here.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like a little burglar, like a little bandit.
Are we carrying aspects of different deities?
Like,
Maybe a Vishar, because the lore of the Vishar was that they were destined to like ruin.
They wronged Mask, and Mask cursed the bloodline of the Vishar.
Okay.
Is what happened.
So basically, this is the showing of the curse that he is carrying as a Vishar.
Roll an insight check.
I've been rolling so many rolls today.
I want this to either end as a yes or a no. Just nothing else. Just
because
yes.
I haven't, and because I want to, I'm gonna use my DM inspiration to. Okay. I can re-roll that, right?
Yes, of course you can.
Oh, and it was better. It was a.
Hell yeah.
What's 15 plus 7 is 22.
Oof. With a 22, you don't think that is what's happening here.
Oh. I insighted.
There's something that the Palladium, Kybor at the Palladium specifically said. He said that seers gravitate towards chosen. You don't think that you are seeing Morton's Visharness. You think just as they hypothesized that you was chosen by Torm, you think that Morton was chosen by Mask.
We're all chosens. And I'll immediately look.
And you start looking around the rest of the room. You look at Maewyn. You see a large horn coming out of Maewyn's head.
Maylar.
And her hair is like a thick, almost it looks like mane. And you immediately recognize this to be like reminiscent of a unicorn.
Whoa.
Ooh, I know who was the unicorn.
Which is the symbol of, I'm going to maybe get the pronunciation wrong, but Myliki.
That is the god that Ray praised.
That is correct. Yes,
Wild.
Myliki. Obviously,
will you
Mask,
spell that?
And you says, yes, it is Mielikki. You kind of
the
like
goddess of like the hunt.
You immediately just starts going into like a lore dump about these people. Mask is the god of thieves, and his domain is trickery. Myliki
Let's do my leaky.
is the
My licky licky.
is the goddess of
No.
forests.
Natural 20.
Goddess of forests.
Goddess of
and
forests.
she is a nature domain. You look over. Who do you look at next?
I'll tell, and then they'll dump, and then I'll look at Cuinn.
You
I'll try to look
Cuinn.
heroic, do a hero pose.
Cuinn has a wreath of daisies around their head.
Pretty.
And although they're just clearly standing looking heroic, when you look at the lens, their hands are playing a harp made out of twigs and leaves, as this is the symbol of Malil.
Nice.
Malil is
Malil
is the god of poetry and song.
Can you spell that?
Milil.
Milil.
Lil Mill.
Classic.
Lil Mill Lil.
Lil Bow Wow. And then I'll look at Chad.
You look at Chad.
Yeah.
Chad, from behind Chad, in his unconscious body, as he's leaning against a chair, you see a pathway leading into a sunset. And you know this to be the symbol, as you describe it to you, of Lathander. Lathander is the god of birth and renewal.
Whoa. And last but not least, old Flint.
As you look at Flint, kind of floating behind Flint, you see these various cogs turning. And you describe specifically that there are 4-spoked cogwheels, and that is the symbol of Gond. Gond being the god of craft.
Okay.
There's something else that you notice when you look at Flint.
Oh, God.
Standing behind these wheels is a very imposing 9-foot-tall male humanoid with 4 arms. They are basically look like the Thing from Fantastic Four, but made with like brown stone. The bottom where their legs would be is a swirling tornado. And upon their forehead is a obsidian crown. And they are standing with all 4 arms crossed, just standing over Flint.
What do you see?
The champ
What do
coming
you
in.
see?
Did a now this is gonna sound strange, Flint. Did a scary tornado man with a crown give you that book?
I mean, not specifically. Definitely, there's definitely a tornado involved for sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Why you ask?
He's in there. I can see him, and I'll like wave as I'm holding the lens. See if he'll wave back.
As you wave, as you like describe what's happening, you see this humanoid like become very incredulous and like turn full on tornado and like swirl into the air and then go inside of Flint's urn.
Oh, he's in your little cigar box now.
Oh, should I say hi?
Wow.
Should I go in there?
Well, if you have a good rapport with him,
yeah,
maybe.
I'll quickly.
Do you like him? Is he your bud?
It seems nice. So far, a little ominous and scary, but generally nice. Let me go into the cigar lounge and see if I can see him. I just disappear and my urn falls to the ground.
I'll try to catch it.
Yeah,
hit the ground.
I'll let you. Yeah, easily enough.
I'll hook it up.
It is just your cigar lounge.
Huh. Well, while I'm here, I might as well grab a stogie.
Rosie, as you're kind of like taken aback by all that, and like,
wow,
you happen to catch your reflection in the mirror.
Oh gosh.
As you are holding up the lens, behind you is a large ziggurat And behind that ziggurat is a bright, shining sun, the symbol of doom.
Aw. I knew it. All along, never had any doubts. Yeah, I'll kind of just smile and take the lens and say, well, I think we should hold on to this. I think it's going to be very good. You're all great. It seems like Quiz was wrong, which I think we all knew in a way. I think we're all chosen. I think we're all a chosen.
Am I the chosen, love?
Oh my god! And then I'll put it towards Vox.
You put it towards Vox.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have to kill him.
And you don't say anything.
Oh, that's even worse.
Dang.
I'll look at Vox and I'll say, Vox,
Yes?
you're a chosen too.
What do you see? What is the symbol?
Well, it's kind of unclear. Are you in an unclear part of your life right now? Are you?
You know what? I am. I do feel a little I feel in transition. Yeah.
I think that there's maybe several gods fighting over you, and you just have to find your way.
Right.
Oh, good thing that you're chosen, because if you weren't, it'd be like kind of dead weight to our party. But welcome to the group.
Yeah.
But
okay.
yeah.
We'd have to kill you.
So,
I mean,
hey
you're
now,
all chosen
That would
by
be silly.
deities.
we are all chosen by.
kind of sounds like I've been chosen by 2. Not a big deal or anything.
That could be bad, Flint.
No, yeah.
I'm choosing to look at it positively.
Kind of like
alright.
Vox. Just not really. They're kind of in the middle there.
Rosie and you roll history checks for me.
I'm a little.
Oh God, I'm rolling so good today. Finally. That's gonna be
Do it, Ian.
21.
Natural.
Yeah. Yeah, natural 20 on that cat.
History
and yes, history
check?
check.
That makes it a 28 total.
28. Holy moly!
We're smarty pantses of the group. No offense to everybody else.
I figured out the shape of the thing.
Yeah, you did.
I'm dumb as hell.
Now that you think about it, there is a depiction of the humanoid that Rosie has described that you have seen before you. And they are on cave walls, as it usually accompanied 3 other figures. This specific individual is, oh gosh, what is their name? Crap.
Satan.
Asmodeus. Chadrini Strong.
Uh-oh.
This individual is known as Rax.
Rax.
Wrax. They are one of the 4 ancient primordials.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Rax and the other 3 primordials are accredited for molding Tayaroth itself. They were the creators of this land, Rax being the creator of the earth and the ground and the underground and mountains. And then as the story goes, the conception of the deities happened as a result of the death of these ancient primordials. However, theories, conspiracies, prophecies have existed that these primordials are trying to come back to the gods' planes. And with a natural 20, they often choose people that are vessels on the material plane because they cannot access Tayaroth any other way. 9.9 times out of 10, that person can't handle it and is killed.
Oh God.
All right, well, we might as well do this now. I pull out my sword and kill Flint.
No, sorry, you don't.
Primordial mage.
And you also, with the nat 20, remember that Quiz called himself a primordial mage.
Oh, he's got another tornado boy in him.
And I would say with a nat 20, knowing Edmund, this is most likely Vor, who is the ancient primordial of wind and air.
Well, I wish Edmund was here. I could look at him in my little lens.
So, everything cool with me, or?
For now.
What is it, Doc?
just give it to me. Just give it to me straight.
Flint, I want you to just be, and this goes for everybody. From here on out, listen, I'm being a mom about this really quickly. Hang on.
No way.
We gotta stop fighting with each other. Something's going on, and we are here with each other, and we've got stuff to unlock stuff. And listen, I'm no good at talking out loud a lot at big groups, but we all gotta just love each other because we're on a mission and we gotta save what seems to be this whole dang planet. And maybe other planets. Arubria? What the heck is that? I don't know. So just knock it off with the arguing and the nutsacks or whatever you were saying about earlier. Oh no, that was
free stream.
This is Flint's a cock all over again.
Just a disclaimer: there was a part in the Secret Santa that I just thought was in the session.
Why are you talking about nutsacks, Rosie?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Okay, you're right.
Anyway, retcon
Very out of
that.
character.
Retcon that.
We
Like
should.
walnuts.
I haven't even had wine. So I just want us all to love each other, and I'll I'm closest to Flint because I've been looking at whatever, and I'll take Vox's hand too, since he's probably right there, and I'll just say, okay, everybody, let's just bring
Fox,
it in.
without missing a beat, reaches out his hand to the nearest person to grab.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll grab too.
Tell that to Morton. I'll just hold me and...
What are you talking
No,
about?
that's
when I
what
slip
I'm
my
talking
hand into
about.
I didn't say
Flint's?
anything. What are you talking about?
You all think that I'm old and deaf, but I
don't think
am
you're
not.
old and deaf.
No,
I don't
just
think you
old.
are.
I don't think anybody has
Just
said
old.
you're deaf.
What?
You and I
That's what
are
I'm
on
talking
the same
about.
page.
Okay, well, I just love all of you, and I just want the best for everybody, and I think we need to really just start working together.
Yep.
That's
I
very
agree.
brave of you to say, love.
Thank you, Rosie. That reminds me, I need to head to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
I go to the bathroom.
If you do that
Listen,
charge
wait,
thing.
Flint,
Wait, Flat.
Yeah. What's up?
we know what you're about to do, love.
Don't do it.
Do it. Yeah, do it.
Wow,
No.
look how
Quinn.
Quinn.
If he wants to do it.
Handsome Flint looks.
Who are we to
It's great.
judge?
I'm just.
Just do it right here in front of us. Why are you hiding it?
That's
All right,
yeah, sure.
I would prefer that.
it's
Yeah. Do it. I want to see.
Okay.
Are you
That's
ashamed? Are you ashamed of it, Flint?
Yeah, if you have to hide to do it, it's probably not good for you.
This feels like
yeah.
we ventured into weird kink territory, and I don't like the tone of how we're talking about this.
I don't like the
Oh,
tone
I
of how
was
you're
talking-
talking about this, Mark.
Yeah, nobody was thinking kink except
Yeah.
you, I think. I think
That's
we were all
not
thinking
true.
maybe like
Drink.
No, well,
mild
I-
addiction or
I just came into cognizant awareness.
Just came
moments
into
ago.
cognizant awareness. Did you hear that?
Okay. I'll whack a charge off my staff.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay, well now I think we all
okay,
should
so
just have a
Morton-
long rest.
Or Flint jacks off a staff and
Great.
Oh my
No,
God.
or,
three times.
No, God.
Do you feel good? Do you feel good now, Flint? Do you feel?
It felt good in the moment, but afterwards, it's like,
shame, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all of
say
you
it like
see.
that. How is no one else hearing this?
You see this just like these like three like it basically feels like sound waves like come off of his staff.
I like that beat.
And you can actively see Flint's temples get a little bit grayer. His bags get a little bit deeper. And Flint is now
172.
Woo!
Rosie.
If you say no, that's okay because I didn't have the thought until just now.
I'm just kidding.
I would like as I knew that he was actually gonna like do this in front of us, I would have held up the lens and see if I could see like if that guy was responsible for it.
You look through the lens, you do not see that guy anywhere.
Okay. So it's not
you see the gears behind Flint, but you do not see
but the staff isn't attached to that magic. Okay.
Not.
Cool. Separate. Got it. Noted. I wouldn't tell anybody. I would just have one for myself. Okay.
We really have to work on the language of this, and that can't be helpful to your actual health in the long run, Flint.
Can I just ask why you want to do it?
Yeah, why?
Look, it's a
Maybe
little
if we understood.
shameful. I just think I look better as I've grown into my old age. You know, I grew up and I was kind of a nerd.
Hey.
You?
No, I'm not a nerd.
No, not you.
And then now that every year I grow older, I just feel like I'm a little bit more experienced now that I'm an adventurer, and it kind of just fits my lifestyle a little bit more, and I'm just trying to go for the silver fox thing.
You're
Have
not.
you ever thought that each year that you're taking off is a year that you won't be able to spend with your son?
Huh.
And experience doesn't come from age, it comes from life. So if you're not living life, then
I could dye your hair.
You don't get experience with age.
You're really depriving yourself of experience.
That amount of time, like it's not the time of the physical age. It's like the taking the time. Like if you learn something that takes a full year, it's not going to just instantaneously happen just because you've aged a year.
You understand how time works yet? Have we explained that?
So
apparently we're just explaining time.
So you don't think I'm going to get these years back, like at the end of my life or anything?
No.
At the end, no.
The end of her life's the end of your life.
I
did hear a story about that happening once, but it didn't end well.
I bet there is.
He just died when he was a tiny baby.
Yeah. I heard about that too.
I do want to say that it's completely natural to experience body dysphoria, though, and that happens to everybody.
That is.
But I do want to say that I think this kind of falls in a category of self-harm that I don't think is a healthy, productive way of managing those feelings.
This generation just is so woke.
Look, I don't.
You meant that in a good way, but I need you to know, Rosie, it didn't come off in a good way.
Oh,
it
I'm
seemed
sorry.
like you were upset about it.
Oh no, I was saying, oh, thank goodness for them.
Oh, I know.
I apologize.
I just thought it was funny.
Look,
okay.
If you hit me with the staff, that means I would be older than May. That'd be kind of fun.
Whoa!
No. Basically, don't. Why? Is there any way we could remove the aging part of the
time machine?
No. I mean,
but what if he doesn't want to?
No, I
but
think
using the
I'm fine, totally fine. No,
Yeah.
But you are hurting yourself. I agree with you, and that's not very productive, love.
Especially if he's going to be carrying on with us if we have to go save the world.
It hasn't taken a toll on my physical abilities or anything, and if anything, it's made me stronger because it's put into this perspective my life.
You're not going to be able to go back once you go over the.
How old are the oldest dwarves recorded? Do you know?
Oh, like 360, easy.
3 what?
360.
The oldest dwarves that you can think of are like early 400s.
Yeah. So
420.
22 years in the context of 400 years is basically nothing. That's how much I've aged.
22 years?
Yeah, I've used the staff 22 times.
That's as old as I am. That's as old as we are. Like, you've just aged us.
Halflings are, they live. What do you live, like 25 years total or whatever? We're a little bit different.
A couple hundred.
Oh. I'm the only one in here who's not going to live that long.
It's not true. Vox and Drig raise their hands. We're probably shorter than you, actually.
Really? How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 19 years old.
What's the oldest dragonborn?
Oh, the oldest dragonborn in recorded history? Early 70s.
It's about the same.
You guys don't have a lot of time left. You hurry up.
I'm having an existential crisis for you.
Yeah, don't use this staff.
Hey, it just means everything means more to us. I'm all right with it.
Yeah, tick-tock goes the clock.
Tick-tock the clock for tea time. Why did I just say that?
Oh no.
That's weird.
That. But just maybe cool it with the use of the staff.
Okay. I'll cool it.
Do what you want.
We'll take care of you, Flint.
Thank you. I really appreciate you all looking out for me, and I realize that now that I won't get this time back, and especially to see my son, that's kind of selfish, just because I look incredible now.
Do you want me to put some more gray in your hair or something? I could do that with dyes.
But it's better if it's natural.
Nobody knows.
I do.
Nothing about me is natural. I don't even look like this.
It's
what?
true.
Okay, what?
I mean, I don't look like Cuinn right now. Because I just look like another person.
Oh. Are you Maewyn? Wait, I can never tell you two apart.
I'll disguise myself.
I guess you'll never know.
You got me!
Oh my goodness.
What
time
do you
is
turn
it
into
right
Cuinn?
now? Oh.
Do you turn into Cuinn, Maewyn?
No, I'm just gonna stay me so that there's two Maewens.
Okay, cool.
Classic.
Okay, I think we've gotten very off track with this, but a very important
I don't remember where we were
conversation. I think we started with the fact that we have to deal with some sort of monstrous entity in the tomb, probably after Chad wakes up.
How far away is the tomb?
It's underneath the city itself. The entrance, I'm not quite sure where it is. I was taken there under blindfold.
This city?
Yes.
Who took you?
Kane Soundwalker.
Oh,
okay. So we need to find...
That name's coming up a lot. Do you know where Kane lives?
I don't know where he lives, no, but I do know how to reach him. There is a establishment near here called the Mirage. Liaga and Kane, they have a working relationship.
I knew I didn't like her.
No, hold on. We don't know the nature of Kane. Is Kane a bad person? And I look at Dreg.
Fine. Bad.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on him as he says that.
Okay. You cast Detect Thoughts and
just surface level.
Yeah, and what you hear behind Dreg is well, he'll steal every ounce of gold that you have on you, but he won't kill you.
I'll telepathically to Cuinn say, "Protect your gold."
I do.
Well, I mean,
yeah, sorry.
He didn't kill you. He didn't I mean, he took you there, but does he seem like a?
He stole his gold.
What?
Oh, she must know. Yes, he's a thief.
I heard about it.
Runs a thief's.
How did you hear about it?
Thieves.
Did you see all the people we were around last night? There were so many people. I was just listening.
What? We haven't even been here a day, have we?
No, you haven't. This is the first day you've been here.
Why don't you just trust us, Morton?
There's just something that's fishy. That's fishy. And I grip my rapier a little bit, unconsciously with one of the hands, not to attack, but because there's a magical effect I'm role-playing.
Remember what I said?
Yeah, remember what I said? Tell that to Morton.
All right.
So we should get a hold of him.
Yes.
There's weird energy between Morton and Cuinn because I know you guys hated each other, and then
you know what? Listen, how about we just go ahead and lay this out all on the table?
Yes.
Morton, Cuinn, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I got high and thought he was cute, but that's not what I'm concerned about.
No, but I've been with you for 4 days, and I already know that the two of you hate each other. Can you explain exactly why that is?
I don't hate him.
I don't
just find
hate
him
Morton.
annoying sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't trust him at all.
Well, now see, I trust you more than I trust May. I couldn't tell you why, but May seems much more untrustworthy than Cuinn. I grip my rapier a little bit.
Batty, as soon as you say that, Batty comes up and like nips you on the hand.
Now hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
As soon as that happens, May, your hand hurts.
I
it's
will
happening.
first telepathically to Cuinn say, "That hurt my hand too. Why did that hurt my hand too?"
Take your hand off the rapier, Morton.
What? My hand's
Take your
not
hand
on
off the rapier,
It's
Morton.
not
I'll grab
on
my
the rapier.
saxophone.
Oh, I did not.
Wait, what'd
realize
you say? Wait, hold on. What did Cuinn say?
I said I grabbed my saxophone.
Okay. I thought you said you cast something.
No,
Okay.
I just grabbed my saxophone.
Yeah.
I'm not even holding my. Oh, I am holding my rapier. I'm holding my. Why was I holding my rapier?
Why were you holding your rapier, Morton?
Why did my hand hurt when your hand hurt?
Your hand hurt when my hand hurt?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I barely know magic.
I'll
I'm gonna punch
on his
Morton.
hand.
Oh,
never
what the
mind.
fuck? What's that?
Right in its
Ow,
nose.
ow, 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 ow.
Okay, Morton is on the defense. You have to roll an attack roll for this. Rosie doesn't, but Cuinn definitely does.
I don't do it if I see him if I see him punch. That's
Cuinn,
what I
you gotta
wanted
roll
to
for
do.
attack
So.
here.
What is it? Strength?
Yeah.
So
If it's an unarmed strike?
just
Yeah.
9.
Okay,
Nine.
so Cuinn swings at Morton, and Morton's like mid-sentence and just backs up and then continues his conversation.
Hold
I've
on a
never been
minute.
much of a fighter.
There's a better way to
Is when Morton is pinched on the hand, it doesn't feel like Morton kind of like it's like a little painful. You just feel pressure on your hand.
I did.
Here, can you like pinch yourself or have somebody pinch you? Not punch.
I would never punch May.
When May pinches herself, nothing happens.
Rosie, can you?
Okay.
When Rosie pinches
Sorry, May, and I'll pinch a little harder.
Yeah. You for sure feel it exactly on the same
What
location.
did you cast something on me?
I didn't do anything.
All right. Something fishy is going on here.
Cuinn and actually just honestly just you make a perception check for me.
Sketty.
My hand is probably
the best of
shifted
us.
back towards my rapier.
Well, use the only one not like actively in this, like is use observing. Is that another nat 20 on this cat? Nah.
Yeah. Kitty 20.
So with a nat 20, you know how you saw those like similar like sound barrier waves coming from the staff of Flint? You see like minor ripples coming from Maewyn's longbow and Morton's rapier. As they're like getting pinched.
Yeah. I described that and like, oh, it seems that your weapons are bonding you somehow.
Ew.
I have to say that this also
Gross.
sounds
That's okay. Okay.
Hey, you could do so much better.
I know, right?
a bit like the spell that I know called Warding Bond.
What does that do?
That would bond me to a person, so that way when they take damage, that they only take part of it, but I take some of it too.
Huh.
So you're helping each
good.
other out?
Why'd you do that, Morton?
I did. You fucking think that I did that?
Huh,
Come on.
Wait, where'd you get those items in the tomb?
In the tomb. Navara's
the
tomb.
cursed tomb.
Oh shit.
Rosie, do the thing.
Aw, man.
Oh, I'm such a thinker.
Rosie, can you do the thing?
Well, tomorrow.
Oh. Nobody hurt Morton
Unless-
until tomorrow.
Nobody hurt May
And then-
See,
tomorrow.
we're already here.
I am still a little on the fence about this. This could be a trick because they are known to be tricksters, but
Who would trick you?
literally you.
Morton, roll an insight check for me.
Thing I am notoriously good at. What the fuck off? I got a 16. I'm usually so bad at those.
Cuinn, roll a deception check for me.
Yeah. 17? No, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
So
I think that this is maybe a moment for us to be closer to one another rather than have this pull us apart.
Yeah, that's fair, but I also don't want to get hurt when he gets hurt because that seems really counterproductive.
Yeah, I also
we gotta stop that.
That's and there's just something about it. And I'm gripping the rapier again. There's something weird about May's energy. I don't understand. It's just suspicious.
You could just get rid of
Rude.
the weapons.
Well, Morton, I feel like, I mean, we've had our differences, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I started to like you a lot less when I got this.
Well, so did I, but I thought that had to do with more of Cuinn.
Wait, it happened when you got the weapon?
Well, yeah, we got out of the tomb, and I was very upset. Again, Cuinn, for obvious reasons.
But me, you don't like me. You said it yourself. You like me less.
I
can understand
something.
not liking me.
Right.
I'm gonna try something here. I unsheath the rapier. I do the Harrison Ford point in your direction. Just do that. I just unsheath the rapier and like set it down and back away from it and see if any feelings change toward May.
After you take enough time to unattune to this rapier, all of a sudden, why were you so... May is nothing but a delight. She's always positive and nice and spreading positivity, and it's weird that Quinn's her brother, because he's a bit of a dick, but they've never really done anything to make you feel bad.
Yeah, these are quite cursed, I would say. These are quite cursed weapons. Sorry, May, for doubting you and being suspicious of you. I think these weapons kind of did that. Is there a way we can take that out and still have the damage part and the...
Well, maybe Rosie can do the thing, but tomorrow.
Yeah. But
can you do it twice, Rosie?
Yeah, but then I can't do anything else, so none of you better die.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Maybe we should.
I can cure a couple wounds.
But we still gotta wait for Chad to
tomb tomorrow. Yeah, take a beat here.
We still want Chad to be awake for that, so we might.
Yeah, we have 2 days until Chad.
We should also prepare if this.
Yeah,
entity...
we can't. I don't think we can just wait 2 days until Chad wakes up. Like, Chad's very helpful, but I think that we should. We clearly have a lot on our plate.
Well, is there... I know that you and Cuinn said that this is a spell that is affecting Chad. Is there anything that we can try to do to counteract the spell?
I could try doing another lesser restoration.
I could try and look in my alchemy book and
I could play my saxophone.
Or a potion I could make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I go over to Chad and do a quick, just like, before we try this, like a tap on the face.
No.
All right. Well, it was worth the effort.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
so you cast Lesser Restoration?
Cast Lesser
Restoration.
As you touch the half plate mail of Chad with the diamond chest, you see that like the dull diamond kind of livens up just slightly as Chad opens up his eyes.
Oh, thank God. 2 days is a long time.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Chad.
I guess we could have tried this earlier. Welcome back.
It's nice to see you.
My stomach hurts.
What do you remember?
I was in the Mirage.
Yep.
And I saw what looked like my father. And I followed him, and these soldiers surprised me, and I remember you, Morton.
Yeah, I followed.
And it's a bit hazy from there.
Yeah, I followed, and they saw me and whisked you away. They teleported you out with some blue gem.
The Taratians.
Yes.
The amulet. And he like checks himself and realizes that he doesn't have it anymore.
And they've got it. And then they delivered you back with a sort of a locating gem that they had, well, to be blunt, placed under your skin, and we had to get it out of you.
Cut you up.
Yeah,
It's gross.
Rosie did a great job though, and the healing. You I believe did the healing.
Mm-hmm.
Much better than their job, according to me.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's a lot to digest.
Yeah.
I'm sure that gem was.
Also, we're all chosen by gods now, Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, all of us.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're all chosen by gods. May and I had cursed weapons that made us suspicious of each other and hurt each other.
Morton and
You're
I
the
are
king of
friends now.
births.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because Morton did tell me that he was weary of you after the tomb happened.
That's what that we put it together.
Yeah.
We put it together. I
Yeah.
thought I was
Yeah.
just angry at the whole
And
and
that's
other
the
things,
only
but-
cursed item related thing that's kind of happened.
It's not, though.
No, I was cursed. The dagger was cursed.
Yeah, we've had a lot of curses.
Yeah.
We're going to try and remove those from our weapons because they are very effective weapons, and honestly, that looks nice. It's a very sleek black blade.
We're gonna remove the curse
lovely.
from most of the weapons. I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Drake kind of steps forward. I know that this is quite strange. However, I like to keep a book of everyone that I've met, and it seems like with your friend Chad awake that you might be leaving soon. Is there any way that I could, could I perhaps have you sign this? And he pulls out this book, and you see just a book of signatures that Drake holds.
His autograph book.
How many signatures do you have?
You see him like briefly flip hundreds. I like to keep a signature of everyone that I've met. You see, I think that it is a way to keep myself cognizantly sharp. I look at the signature and I try to remember who they were to me, what happened when I met them, and it's a memory exercise for me. But also, you never know who you're going to meet. So,
can I do an insight check on the whole signature
Yeah, I was
thing?
gonna do.
I was like,
Quick
as
math.
Angie, like, yeah, but I was like, Rosie would never.
I was gonna look through it to see if there's anyone we knew that's not great.
for sure. Make a perception check, general perception check. Morton, as he's flipping through to see if you notice any, and make an insight check with advantage. Quinn.
I got a 16 perception.
I'm going to inspire myself to say, Quinn, you got it. And I'm going to inspire myself. Because it's not good. Yeah. Okay, well, 13.
13. You don't notice any ill intentions. But it also seems like it's something more than just the signatures, but you don't feel like it's of malintent. And Morton with a 16, you do see a couple of names briefly that you have noticed before. You see the name oh gosh, okay, hold on.
Elvis Presley.
No, L. Byrne.
Elburn Presley.
It's
Elburn
Lucas. I'm trying to
Presley.
remember his last name. Lucas Kendright is a name that you recognize, and I'll tell you who that is here in a minute. You also recognize the name. Actually, no, you wouldn't recognize that name yet. And then recently, like one of the last entries, you see Kane Sandwalker.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas Kendright.
Isn't that other guy?
Who?
Other Edmund?
Other Edmund?
Other Edmund.
Yeah.
Lucas Kendright was the brash,
Fire
brass
guy.
speaking fire elf. Yeah.
Ha! Who's paying attention this campaign? Who's got copious notes?
I know this name, Lucas Kendright. When did you meet Lucas?
Lucas Kendright Kindle, fire. He's really good with fire.
Yes, yeah.
Lucas was a performer at the Mirage. He was a fire spinner.
Oh, really? How long ago?
Oof. About 2 years ago?
Oh, gotcha. What made you all cross paths?
I was at the Mirage.
Oh, you were just there and you just asked for.
Well, he was very obviously good at what he did, and just people who are unique and have special abilities. I like to keep track of who I meet that fits that criteria.
Oh,
just curious.
I'll give you my signature, no problem.
Thank you.
I write it in bubble letters.
With a heart above the eye.
Yeah.
He kind of like goes around to everybody else.
I'll sign it with my full name, all 7 of them.
I take some like ink and put it on the bottom of Baddie's paw and put a Baddie paw print as well.
Okay, he chuckles. He finds that very funny.
And then I wash it off really well.
I put a fake name.
You put a fake name.
You should put Alexander Nightshade.
I don't want him implicated in this.
Do you sign it?
Yeah, you would sign it.
Chad signs it and seems very adept at signing in this way that he is doing so.
Yes.
Morton, do you sign it?
I sign Morton Quince, as in Quince, but not Quincy, not Jennerin, and it's definitely not my actual signature.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
16. My passive is 18, if that matters.
There's handwriting that looks very similar to handwriting that you've seen recently. You sigh deeply as you realize the note left in your pocket was written by Quinn Silverstep.
I look at it. I turn to him. I take the staff that's been on my back for quite some time. And just whip around and clock him across the face with it.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode.
Oh, great. Excuse?
I tried to duck.
Children. Don't make me turn this rollabout around.
So for the last session of the year, we land on a cliffhanger, of course, of what's going to happen. I
imagine the staff hits. It's frozen, and then it's just Eric's voice saying, "Yep, that's me."
And also the big cliffhanger of what is in this tomb. Can our party defeat it? What's going to happen? So thank you all for joining us. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central, we are having a Christmas-themed one-shot DM'd for her first time.
Live for you all to see.
By Emily Kipp. I can let you know right now, chaos is to be expected. Pure chaos. Me, Matt, JMO, and Angie are the players for that. So
we're all animals too. I'm sorry, spoiler.
Yeah, we are, yeah. We got
we gotta know now.
A Minotaur, a Tabaxi, a Kenku, and a
dragon or a lizard folk.
Yeah. Matt the Kenku, because I feel like that's a
Matt is the Kenku.
Yep, I knew
it. So please tune in for that. This coming Tuesday is a talk back for the Candlekeep long shot that we just had, as well as just Candlekeep that we've had recently. So we're going to have a talk back with that, kind of talk to the DM JMO about how she feels running a module, versus being, usually in homebrew stuff. So super interesting conversations. Stay tuned for that. And then that is the last thing that we have planned for the year of 2022. Am I correct? I think that's true. So after this coming Tuesday, and I'll go ahead and say it now too, we hope you enjoy the holiday season, celebrating whatever you celebrate. If anything else, just we hope you enjoy time off if you can get it. Time with family, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you all so much for watching Charmed Persons. We're just a bunch of nerdy friends who like to be silly and goofy, but also sometimes cry, I guess. And we are very thankful to have, I'm very thankful to have all of you. And I'm very thankful to the audience and anybody who gives their time to us. So thank you. #grateful. And the last announcement I will say is Wednesday, January 4th, is the season premiere, since we're doing it in seasons, of The Remains season 2, with Angie and Emily both returning as players, different characters though, and Ian and Matt are going to be joining us as the other 2 players. So very excited for that. That is going to be the second season of our long shot played in the world of The Last of Us, Eric Anthony Younglove's favorite game. Boom! So thank you all for joining us. Thank you to my players, the best players a GM can ask for. And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Dear.